The Earth, our home, she is unique. Held in its bosom are the ingredients of evolution. Beyond raw survival, beyond the safety of comfort, we, humanity, pursue something greater. We have learnt, persevered, shaped our knowledge from that which is found in the furthest realms of science. However, humanity has brought destruction to the earth, polluted its blood, choked its breath. Today we are paying the price for this. We know the taste of a dying world. But the earth is not to be our grave. A mother does not wish to see her children disappear with her. She wishes to see instead courage in her children, to carry on. Dolos carries this courage. We have gone further than any nation, moved faster than any corporation, hand in hand with those who, like us, carry that courage. The Tycoon Station is both an epilogue of these endeavors and a prologue to humanity's next steps. Our Council of Scientists leads the vanguard. They know, as do we all, that the survival of humanity now depends on what we glimpse out there in the dark. That we are masters of our own destiny. That we must go as a species bound together, pushing further into the unknown. We set sail on this new sea because there is hope to be found, horizons to explore, and because our very existence depends on it. I give you the stars. I give you the Vol engine.
Well. Hello. And welcome to the Thursday night stream here on the Gaming Lawyer channel. We stream every Thursday night. Always done so. Always will. Never missed a single one. Right, EV23? And good evening, EV23, first in the room. Don't know how she does it. Although, I have heard the phrase Control V 23 thrown around on occasion. I don't know what it's referring to. It's just something that I heard a couple of times. And hello, internet celebrity BP, Mr. Pritchard. And hello, a.k.a. Maxi the Axie. You see that screenshot I posted from Battle Brothers? A lot of you are in there, and y'all have special nicknames. But Battle Brothers got very few votes. I got 8 votes for Battle Brothers. We pitted Battle Brothers against IXION. 2 votes for Battle Brothers, 6 votes for IXION. So Battle Brothers, not a hot commodity. Though I will say, I got into Battle Brothers. This is the first time I've really gotten into it. Like I sort of played it a little bit when was it? Like almost 6 years ago. This time I spent the better part of a week, like that's all that I played. And I might be sort of on the edge of burning out on it, but I've been enjoying it though. Every time I'm like, I think I'm done with this game. Because it's a little repetitive, but then I'm like, I can keep pushing forward, and then I gotta see what like pushing into the wilderness is like and all this other stuff, so I keep going back to it. And hello Mega EV7. How art thou? Kajika and Jila. I art fine, Mega EV7. How are you? Happy New Year. Happy 2026. You missed the Democratic vote, Brad. I put a poll out here on YouTube, and I also posted in Discord a link, an announcement of the YouTube poll, along with a link to the YouTube poll. And I actually, well, not that it would have been helpful for you, but I put it up at like 11 o'clock this morning, my time. So that poll was up for like 8 hours. It's one of the longest polls I've ever run. You would have really? You would have voted for Battle Brothers against your own self-interest? And I'm trying to remember who didn't like Battle Brothers. Was it? I know I got shit because the graphics looked dumb, but really, it seems like the kind of game that, especially when I'm naming everybody after people in the chat, and they can meet mangling, horrific deaths. It seems like the sort of things you guys would be into watching me play. But Evie's got news. You asked for March 16th and 19th for spring break, and the days off were approved. So you'll be off Monday through Thursday that week, and you can visit your family. Well, that's very exciting. I'm glad that you got the days off that you requested. Another scheduling miracle. That should make a movie. So it'd be like, it's like the Miracle on 34th Street, but it'd be like the scheduling miracle at Walmart. A heartwarming family film about togetherness and the ability to arrange for the spare free time to enjoy family and friends. What is this about your PFP? What is it? What's a PFP? And your girlfriend did your PFP? Should I even be repeating these things that you're saying, Mega EV7? Brad, you blew it. Nobody liked Battle Brothers, not even Evie? I don't know. Maybe it's just because I became so enamored with it. And you know what I think turned it around for me is when, what's that guy? I can't remember his name now. He does all the CRPGs. He mostly focuses on, he doesn't do exclusively, but the review of Mortismal Gaming. Did, within the last couple months, did a review for Battle Brothers. And it kind of got me hyped to try it again. So it's sort of been back on my radar. And then, like last week, I decided it was time. And I actually was really enjoying it, kind of into it. Oh, it's a profile picture. That little thing the size of an eraser head on my giant monitor? That one? You got the flu and you've been sick with it since Friday. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to convince you. I don't know. It also seems like the kind of game where I could be made to horrifically suffer, like the game will punish me, and you enjoy that. But I know. I remember. I remember I streamed it once, and it seemed I thought everyone hated it, and then later, I think I got the impression that not everyone hated it, but there were a couple vocal people. Maybe it was you, Brad. And then I was like, well, maybe I could stream it. If I get into it again, I'll stream it. But I've been having a good time with it. But I've been getting an itch to play a space game. So I've been actually getting an itch to play X4 Foundations, which I know, Brad, you hate that one too. I'm not sure if anyone super enjoys that game. But I've been getting a real itch to play it. But the reason I am holding off is because supposedly they're doing, like, in the early portion of 2026, they're doing a massive overhaul of it, the developers. And, like, completely rebalancing a bunch of stuff and changing a bunch of stuff. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll wait, see what they do. So, tell you about IXION. It's like a city builder in space. So I'm trying to remember. There's a game from like 20 years ago that had a similar premise in terms of the city building, where it's a space station. It's like curved, like in the big donut, But I think the one I'm thinking of was sort of had a comic edge to it. And this one, the tone is more described as Frostpunk in space. So for whoever has played Frostpunk, which I played a few years ago and I really enjoyed it, it was sort of like a brutal, have to make hard decisions city builder where the world is frozen over and you're just trying to lead a small, build a community for a small group of survivors to just keep them alive and try to regain a foothold of some sort of place for them, some sort of society for them. And this game has the same sort of reputation, except instead of being on Earth, in a frozen Earth, you're in this sort of almost like an Ark type spaceship that is thrust into dire circumstances and you have to find a way to try to survive. The space station in the video looks like DS9. Oh no, you were afraid it was like Frostpunk? Oh no, have we already disappointed you, Brad? Should I play Battle Brothers instead? You know, it was the other option. Even though 6 people voted for this, probably they didn't know what it was. But this game came out a couple years ago, and it's sort of been on my radar ever since it came out. I think it came out to sort of a mixed receptions. I think it needed some cleaning up. But it's been progressively more and more positive. It seems like whatever the problems it may have had at the beginning were worked out, and yeah, it's under $10 right now on Green Man Gaming. So it's funny. It's one of those games that I think I used to have it on my wish list, and I eventually took it off, and because I kept not getting it. It would go on sale for like $15, and I was like, I don't know if I'm in the mood for that game. And I eventually took it off, but I've been thinking about it more the last few months. And a couple days ago, when I was very tempted to play X4, but I was like, I just need to find some kind of a space game. So I went on Steam and I just used the space tag and saw what came up, and then this game came up, and it wasn't on sale. But I was like, I wonder, there's a bunch of storefronts right now that are still having their New Year's sale. Like Steam's ended, but a few are still going. So I looked on my little price aggregator, and there it was for $9.80 on Green Man Gaming. So I was like, okay, I'm getting it. I've been thinking too often for too long about whether I should get this game, and I got it last night, and I played it for a couple hours, and I was like into it. I was having fun with it. I poisoned the well slightly by bringing up Frostpunk. That's a comparison that I've heard a few times. Frostpunk in space. So, and Mega EV7's excited for the new Animal Crossing update. That's cool. I should play Hades. You appreciate it way more the second time for unclear reasons. Was it a game that you played significantly before, or did you try it before and bounce off, and then you tried it again and now you're like, it's clicking? I can't remember your history with Hades. I know in general, Hades is like a very highly regarded game. I know people who that's one of their favorite games ever. One of the guys that I play D&D with, he is always trying to get people to yeah, you should play Hades. You should play Hades. Oh, you played 40 hours the first time. Okay. I think I never played more than I tried to get into it and I played for an hour. And then I'd be like, eh. It was as soon as it started getting hard and I started dying, which I know is the point, right? You're supposed to do runs and die and everything, but I'm like, this is too stressful. But I did start playing with it a few months ago, on the couch on my Steam Deck. And I was actually having fun with it, but it was a very casual play session. I wasn't looking to dive into anything. I was just I wanted to play something that was kind of just it works well on the Steam Deck, and I could just sit and play, and it's one of those games that is not super demanding of your time because it can be in sort of short runs, and you can do a run and be like, okay, well, that's gonna be it. At least for me, my runs so far aren't very long, so it's not much of a time commitment. You never beat it, and you don't know why you find it so difficult. Plenty of other clowns have beat it. Well, yeah, and yeah, you're good at those kind of games too. I mean, that's sort of like, well, it's like more like, I guess, Diablo-esque in terms of gameplay style, but I think of like Binding of Isaac. I feel like it's Binding of Isaac adjacent in terms of like the skill set for it. Oh yeah, no, it plays like a dream on Steam Deck. You should write that down, EV23, if you don't already have it. Hades plays good on Steam Deck. And you've been playing all the Suikoden games and all the Supergiant games, and you want to make a YouTube video about both topics, but you're also very lazy. That's fair. You're familiar with the game Hades, aren't you, EV23? I know there's no anime in it, so maybe you never... It's possible, you know, you don't know about it. Well, I think if you haven't played Hades, you start with the first one, because it's probably cheaper, too. Hades 2 is still I mean, it's supposed to be good, but isn't it still technically considered early development? Oh, you have heard of it. Even though there's no anime in it? Just kidding. Anime girl. Have you played any more Detroit Become Human, Evie? I didn't play it again since I streamed it that night. And I actually installed Heavy Rain and I played it for about 10 minutes and then I realized I wasn't in the mood for it. It's too like, it felt too serious. I was like, nah, I don't know. Oh, Hades 2 is now an official release. Okay. Last time I looked at it, it still had the early access tag. You've been sleeping all right, because you've been sick. Okay, yeah, that's fair. You get a free pass for being sick. And I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Let me see. My week, it's the same old, you know. I could bitch. Well, I will bitch a little bit, because I always do. Job, stressful, check. New and stressful things happening on my job, check. It's fairly routine at this point. Feeling a little tired and run down, check, but not like terrible. Though I did, I made a resolution after I got off of work today that I was going to take a nap after I got my stream set up. I was going to try to take a nap for an hour, and it really didn't happen because Millie kept wanting to get her bully stick and do her special bully stick exchange and all the little, and then she wanted to play with her flop lobster for a little bit. She didn't seem to like the idea of me dozing in my comfy chair. We'll just put it like that. There were lots of interruptions. But I'm doing it. I've never considered canceling the stream. We'll put it like that. So you know it's a good night if if I'm really tired, I'll go through some period where I'm like, oh, I'm too tired to stream. Never felt that way tonight. But, yeah, let me see. What else? Anything else? Anything exciting? I don't think so. Last weekend was, I think I moved away from Elin. I moved from Elin to Battle Brothers. I haven't been playing Dragon Quest XI. I wanted to beat it, but I don't know. I don't have the sticking power with that game. I've gotten so far into it, though, I feel like I need to keep it, consider it an active list item that I can just... It's a simple game to fall back into, is the thing. It's like a really easy game to just launch and play, and it's not stressful. And it's, super cartoony. Sometimes I'm just not in the mood for that. Anya has finally been bullied by your partner, not you, into sitting on the sofa with us. Bullied into sitting on the sofa. Yeah, Millie, Millie will sometimes get up on the sofa with us for strategic visits or for temporary visits. There was one night last week where I think she was really tired because she'd been playing out in the backyard, jumping on dirt all day. and she was exhausted. And she actually jumped up on the couch and fell asleep, sort of laying against my leg. Not her head. Her head was the other way, but like her rump. I got butt action. But she never like cuddles or does anything like that with me anyways, and usually not with my wife either, but especially not with me. I'm her action play partner, not her cuddly. She wants cuddly, she goes to mama. I'll get like a friendly glance and then here's the toy, let's play. She hates being on the sofa for unclear reasons. Okay, she'll stand next to you on the ground and put her head next to your knee, which is, oh, that's nice. Yeah, Millie is, she'll put her head on my knee, but it's usually when she's asking for something. She'll be staring at me intensely. And it's understood. Like when I was trying to take my nap and she brought her bully stick to me to do the nightly exchange, and I was not asleep, but I was trying to be asleep, so I had my eyes closed, and then she comes up and I hear her come in, and I hear her kind of quietly come up, and then I just feel a little nudge against my knee, and I look, and there's the bully stick. It's on the footrest of my chair. I had my footrest up. It's right there against my knee, and she's got her chin on the footrest and is just staring at me. Like, with a very expectant expression on her face. Like, you know what to do now. You're the cuddle partner. You're too lazy to be the action-playing friend. Well, you know what? When we first got Millie, I had a lot more energy than I do now, because that's when I was like, we got her when I was in shape and exercising and doing all that stuff. And then slowly all my routines kind of fell apart, and I didn't find any way to replace them. So if Millie weren't so violent and reactive to everyone outside of our household, I'd probably be in better shape, just because it wouldn't have disrupted my walking habit. Is the way I used to love taking her for walks until she got too dangerous and offensive. We're still gonna need to work on that, but we just haven't, with the move and everything, we haven't gotten back onto that again. But how about I play some IXION? I know, well, I don't know who voted for it, because it was YouTube. Could have been anybody. Technically, I still have 1,800 subscribers, even though only 12 of them ever watched my stream. You had a Charlie horse. Well, that's a bit of information. And yeah, those suck. You had her like right now, or is it something that just happened at some point in your life? But Charlie horses are the worst. And once in a while, I'll get a Charlie horse in my arm. But usually it's in my leg, which sucks. It doesn't matter where it is. It sucks. It's like the worst. Alright, let's check that poll one last time though. Because if all of a sudden Battle Brothers, you can't, when you do a YouTube poll, you can't stop it. And if you do it in a chat, you can't. But if you post it on your posts page, it just lives forever apparently until you delete it. Get it a bit ago. Okay. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Yeah, the poll is still active. I can't turn it off. You want to go vote on it, Brad? Real quick? Here. I mean, it shouldn't be hard for you to find because it's right here on my channel. But here's a link to the poll. If anyone wants to vote and create a last-minute upset. I think at this point, we would need 5 votes for Battle Brothers. Almost immediately. In order to undo the IXION. It's not even close. For a while, it was 2 to 3. 2 for Battle Brothers, 3 for IXION. It could have gone anywhere at that point. you're proudly wearing. Oh my goodness, and look at, oh wow, I got 2 more votes. It's getting closer. It's 4 votes for Battle Brothers against 6 votes. So I got 2 more votes for Battle Brothers. I think that just happened too. Because, well, at least when I started the stream, I checked one last time. And there were only 8 votes. And 2 more votes for Battle Brothers. You initially voted for Battle Brothers just to be a contrarian? Well, I thought maybe you'd looked on my Discord page and saw the alluring screenshot that I posted. I posted a victory screenshot that showed most of the Battle Brothers team, which featured everyone who's in here right now, except for, I'm sorry, to exclude you, Mega EV7, but everyone else who's in here right now is present on the Battle Brothers roster. There's EV23, the Stabber, although I think she got a mace and now upgraded her name to the Smasher. Maxi the Axie, he's our axe specialist. And Pritchard the Dissatisfied. I don't know, the game just named him that. I'm not sure why. And Nixie the Butcher. It's because his background was Butcher, so like whatever. Then there's Alali Quickmind. She came with that nickname, so I was just like, that's cool, so I kept it. Matus the Craven. There's Josadai the Fearless. Jeff Harbo the Meat Shield. And Madros the Optimist. Pritchard the Dissatisfied. I figured, you know, especially since you don't even like the game, that if you're actually in it, you'd be kind of like, ah, this is bullshit. You prefer unsatisfied? Wasn't that different though? I think unsatisfied just means you're not satisfied, whereas dissatisfied is actually like actively the other direction. Like it's a active anti-satisfaction. But look at you now voting Battle Brothers. Is it just because you think IXION's gonna suck that much? Is that why you would have voted Battle Brothers? Or is it like you said earlier, you're just voting against your self-interest because to be ironic? It's fairly difficult to parse the difference between those 2 words, but that seems fair. Yeah. It should read EV23, the copy and paster. I don't think they had that much. I don't think they had that many characters for the nicknames. And Meg EV7's playing Crabsole. Is that the one, another man's treasure or whatever? That's the one. I'm pretty sure that's what you're talking about. I heard that's supposed to be pretty good, actually. You just think it would be funny to watch Battle Brothers at this point? You don't even know what you're doing most of the time. It's 2026, so that includes voting on my polls. Okay. Oh no, Evie had a hard day at work. You're so tired, and you thought you're not going to be able to be awake long enough to hang out on my stream. But you're doing better now. Well, I'm glad you're doing better, and I'm sorry you had a hard day at work. Hey, look, it's Jeff. Jeff Harbo, the Meat Shield. You probably missed the reference on that. Also, you're not on Discord. I posted a picture on Discord of my Battle Brothers troops, and everyone's got a nickname. Everyone's in the mercenary company, including you, Jeff. We got Maxi the Axie, Pritchard the Dissatisfied, and Jeff Harbo, the Meat Shield. Although, that should be updated because you got hurt real bad. So I put you on the back line, and now you're an archer. Because I think you got a crushed lung, so you can't fight that good anymore on the front line. Can't remember if I updated your nickname to reflect that. No pictures of Millie on Discord. Just a quick bit of what, Brad? What are you talking about right now? Or you're talking about Evie 23's comeback from her tiring day. Well, as much as I would have been perfectly willing to show you all some Battle Brothers, I think we're gonna jump into some IXION, because apparently everyone's super excited to watch IXION. And I won't lie, when I was playing it yesterday, I've had my eye on this game for a long time. And when I started playing it, I just got this, well, you know, I like the sci-fi stuff. Like the Alters, I said was maybe my favorite game of last year. And it's just because it's got this cool sci-fi story vibe. And this game was giving me that same feeling. Obviously a very different vibe than Alters, but I did really like Frostpunk. But this seems, well, maybe I didn't get far enough into it. This seems a little less, not quite as depressing as Frostpunk. Frostpunk was very dark, but this could end up going the same way. And what I think I'm going to do is, I hadn't got that far into the game, so I think I'm probably just going to start from scratch. If I get tired of IXION, I can always give the people what they want. Well, maybe I should keep that poll active in the background. I'm going to keep that poll page open so I can consult it. Oh my gosh, Battle Brothers just pulled ahead. I don't even know how that happened. What is going on right now? All these last minute votes for Battle Brothers. We now have an 11th vote, and Battle Brothers is officially ahead. That means 6 votes for Battle Brothers. Wait a minute. How is that even possible? Did somebody retract their vote for IXION? Because it was 6 votes for IXION before. Can you undo your votes in this thing? Like change it later? Because I think someone must have changed it. Because if there's 11 votes, and it's 55 to 45 in favor of Battle Brothers, 55% for Battle Brothers, 45% for IXION, that means someone changed their vote. So, you changed yours? How come, Maxie? All right. I'm still going to at least start with IXION because I already set the stream up for that, but I might switch to Battle Brothers later. Maggie, if you change, everyone's switching to Battle Brothers. All right. We're going to do some IXION, and then maybe if everyone's hating IXION, maybe I jump to Battle Brothers later. Because if I could have, I would have turned the poll off before the stream started. But they don't let you do that on the YouTube polls. So. All right, let's do this.
45 seconds of gameplay.
And IXION. Change the label to Mercenary Fun with it's got to be in quotations, and so it's more accurate. There you go. Oh no. Well, because at the point that I created the stream as an IXION stream, it did not look like that any comeback was going to happen. I never get 11 votes on my polls. You kidding me? Most of my polls, it's like 4 people. So just the fact that 8 people had already voted was pretty astounding. That didn't count the mail-in ballots. All right, just going to do default. Original intended IXION experience. And it is going to do a little bit of talking.
Launch control, we have Tycoon clearance for shuttle launch. Initiate Stanford protocol.
Clear procedures, check. Guidance go.
Okay, algorithm online.
Batista safety protocol, check.
Launch control to EMB Charon. All systems are go.
Launch is imminent. Personnel are instructed to evacuate the launch pad.
Deflectors up. Ignition. Lift off.
Launch sequence complete. EMB Charon heading for low Earth orbit. Transferring data to inner heaven.
Keep it all.
Visualize approaching near Tycoon structure.
PBS Tycoon to EMD share. You have clearance for final approach. EMD share. You have been assigned to Tycoon Docking Bay. Welcome on board, passengers. Shuttle EMV Sharon is now docked. Sector 1 empowered and pressurized. Munchie decontamination protocol online. Disembarkation authorized. Message to crew members. Welcome on board the Tycoon, property of Dolus Aerospace Engineering Corporation. You will soon be given your assignments, but until then, please continue to wait near the docking bay. We hope you have a productive voyage, and would like to thank you for your contribution towards humanity's future. Administrator, I am Eden, the personal assistant installed on board the Tycoon. In accordance with the Munchie Protocol, I have been designed to take into consideration your complete psychological profile so that I may more accurately respond to any needs you may have. My primary purpose is to ensure the Tycoon's automated systems function efficiently. I will keep track of the tasks that are necessary for you to fulfill your prerogative of reaching Proxima Centauri and carrying out field research, mining operations, manufacturing protocols, and Dolos colonization tests.
All right. So next transition. And hello, Nick. And actually, I have tested Icarus on my new PC. I played it for about 5 minutes. It's one of the first things I did, just to see how it worked, and ran pretty smooth. I couldn't run everything on max at high frames, but I could run it on pretty strong graphics at a smooth frame rate, which is a new experience for me. Is this even concentric rings like Frostpunk? No, it's like this. I mean, you can't see the compartments, but it's like the rings are around like that. There is, I forget what the game is called. There's a game from 25 years ago or so that has the same sort of city building on a space station style is this, even though the game feels a lot different. It's a classic game that clearly I'm having trouble remembering. All right.
Administrator, I wanted to introduce you to your first tasks personally. I'm Dolos' cryonics lead, Marduk council member Giovanni Battista. So, let's see. Your first objective will be to begin setting up essential infrastructure aboard the Tycoon, meeting the environmental conditions that are required to support your crew. Having laid these foundations, you will then oversee the installation of the Vol engine and perform a short test jump to Proxima Centauri. Upon arrival, your research teams will carry out a brief survey of local space, gather a few rock and coal dust samples, fire up the colonization protocol, begin building the foundations for mankind's future, yada yada yada. And then you'll come back. Now, in order to achieve this, you'll need to familiarize yourself with the Tycoon's core functions. It's no big deal. There's the production, stockpiling and distribution of resources, construction, balancing of power output with allocation. Oh, and space exploration, you know, setting out expeditions and all that. Basically, everything needed to establish scientific advancement and harmonious autonomy on board the Tycoon following the first test of its Vol engine. Eden's gonna display and keep track of your main objectives. Oh, and Administrator, don't let the position go to your head. Veneer has insisted to center Dolos' focus on the Tycoon. But this mission is just in preparation for our next project, the Protagoras. The Marduk Council worked damn hard to pull this mission together ahead of schedule. So, toe the line, do as you're told, and bring the Tycoon back in one piece. Leave the grand gestures and saving of mankind from ecosystemic destruction to us, okay? One last word of advice. We don't all think like Veneer Dolos. As of yet, no human law has been officially established amongst the stars. That sounds like an opportunity knocking to me.
All right. So, genre-wise, I think primarily this would be considered a city builder. It's been described in a nutshell as like Frostpunk in space, if you are familiar with Frostpunk. But yeah, you're building basically a city inside this ship that's intended to be like the first ship to make a jump to another star system for colonization. And it starts off in the solar system, and you do some stuff around the solar system before you try for the big jump. So there's sort of like a sci-fi story going on around it, a little bit of space exploration type of thing. But I think that at its heart, you describe it as a city builder. And Brad, when you say concentric rings, when I think of Frostpunk, I think of you have a core in the center, and then you build in a circle around that core, and then you build in a circle around that circle, and then a circle around that circle. That's not really what's going on here. This is one big sort of like the inside of a ring, one big band. So, like, I'm not going to start building here and then do a circle around that and a circle around that, etc. Is the music too loud? Is when you're saying overbearing, is that what you mean? The music is too loud? No. Try that. And let me know if it's... Because I was noticing that my desktop audio has been too low lately, so I also bumped that up a little bit for the stream, but I might have done it too much. So, and it gives you a lot of tutorials. That's one advantage that I do have, is that I did play through the first couple of hours, and I do not need to go over all of these tutorials, which when I played it the first time, I did. But, you know, it's like city building and population management, resource management, all of that stuff going on. But they have your little things, little objectives pop up for you. So the first one is build a workshop. So I think I'm going to build up here. Yeah, there's a. I think the music does come in and out of the experience. I mean, I think even just coming into this portion of the game, the music was on the loud side, but part of it was just I think the balance. So I'm gonna build a stockpile. And every stockpile can only hold one type of resource. So this one, I'm gonna have it hold steel. And then these are basically all a stockpile of resources that they give you to start. You're right, I could be playing Dwarf Fortress. If I was ever in the mindset of wanting to do a PhD level of learning on a game, I did enjoy when I was playing Dwarf Fortress at one time. But it is an imposing game. It's not a light approach.
Lead data scientist, Emma Klein.
Sometimes I play games that Brad wants. Often Brad wants games that are just, they're not easy for me to get into on a whim. Like, you know, what is it? Pool Radiance, Dwarf Fortress, etc. All right, so what do they say they wanted me to do now? Oh, I've got a transmission coming in.
Administrator, Mr. Dolos has made it abundantly clear when it comes to security. Given the importance of the Tycoon, we must have full control over what is happening inside the station. My name is Emma Klein, Dolos' lead data scientist and member of the Marduk Council. My department have just completed final synchronization between Eden and our data treatment tool, the DLS. The DLS, or Data Listening System, is capable of scanning, recording, and parsing exchanges of any kind. The DLS programming that is a part of Eden will filter all data collected and bring to your attention only the most relevant information. It will also provide you with a condensed overview of any situations that may arise and formulate potential future outcomes. It will permit you to give direct orders without having to go through additional unnecessary paperwork. Eden will then take care of everything via their DLS accreditation. As is often the case with tools produced by my department, I think you'll find that once you start using the DLS, you'll never be able to do without it. Oh, and before I let you go ahead and start writing history, Dr. Munchie, our lead medical expert, wanted me to bring to your attention a possible side effect of vol jumping. Whilst there's a correlation between prolonged space travel and the development of early onset dementia, he believes that a vol jump has the potential to accelerate this process, although this is yet to be proven. His recommendation is for you to immediately send any crew members that are exhibiting uncharacteristic or symptomatic behavior to an infirmary, as these facilities are equipped to treat the mind as well as the body. Remember that all of your actions and choices are being reported by Eden. We are not affiliated with any national or even international organization. The only people that you are answerable to are those of us who sit on the Marduk Council, who represent the collective interests and ambitions of the company.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
All right, I'm gonna pause the game for a sec, realizing keep having to step back because there is a little bit of talking in this game. And hello, Anna Nielsen. I missed your comment when you came in. Anna is stepping up for the music, and I would agree that even if it was a little bit loud, I think I really like the overall presentation of this game, and I do like the music. I mean, I said I wanted to play this because I felt like playing something that just felt like sci-fi, just to immerse myself in sort of a sci-fi experience, and I think the music does a good job of being that. And hello, Food Brother Feely Contreras. Ka, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, Dwarf Fortress. If you remember, though, I did stream Dwarf Fortress once. I think it might have been a quiet stream while I was actually sick. So that's where I'm like, okay, I said it, you need PhD level efforts. And it's like, not necessarily. You just got to be in the right mindset. But it does ramp up. Like, it gets, the longer you play it, the more complicated it gets. But when I think about it, last time I did play it, I was actually under the weather and not operating at full capacity. That also might have explained why I stopped playing it. I got overwhelmed. But anyways, for a while, I was enjoying just screwing around with it. You're a corporate stooge in this game. You should steal a company's capital and make it an employee-owned co-op. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll become an option. All right, close transmission. It says resolve event communal dining in the workshop in Sector 1. So these things come up. They basically are like quests from your people. And good night, Mega EV7. We'll see you later. Good luck with your new picture and your girlfriend and all that stuff. Charlie horse and everything else. Administrator, the Tycoon crew members are currently unable to access food supplies. IXION protocols direct the construction of a mess hall. This building is designed to distribute food from our stockpiles to the crew. Guaranteeing access to food supplies would reaffirm your competency as an administrator. All right. New objective, communal dining. So I need to place down... All right, first I need to connect some roads here. Oh. First hour of a new fortress is the most hectic because you have so much. That's true. That is true. I just know that the further, as the base became more advanced, I was also feeling the stress of constantly having to learn new things to figure out what I was doing. And that's sort of what I got. And then, like, weird things happened, like my staircases stopped working correctly. Certain things happened where I was just like, I don't want to deal with this right now. There's some fiddly elements to it that were frustrating me. Again, I wasn't feeling well, so... All right. So let's see. I am going to make a mess hall. Only the case when you know what you're doing. Okay. My Christmas decorations down, or are your neighbors mad? Well, we don't have much in the way of Christmas decorations outside. But we have like this little light up family of reindeer. We're gonna take it down this weekend. Our neighbors all still have their shit up, so nobody's upset at anybody. And we have our tree that was only decorated with 3 ornaments. We're gonna take that down this weekend as well. But we've kept our Christmas tree up before. Well, you know, we were in an apartment, so we didn't have a lot of external... Like, we never did up our patio or anything. It's usually just the Christmas tree and then a few things around, like, the fireplace and stuff. This time, we haven't even decorated our house. We don't have our regular house set up, so we didn't go too crazy into Christmas decorations. Okay. Build a second stockpile. Because I got to build a stockpile for food. Go Fortress has a lot of fiddly elements that aren't particularly intuitive. Animal husbandry, clothing, especially soap making. Yeah, and there just was, and the production chains start becoming more and more complex. That was the other thing that was happening too, is I was just like, wow. I just felt like it was exponentially becoming like more and more things I was keeping track of. And I've been into games like that sometimes, but I've really got to be in the right mood. I mean, literally, that's why people put thousands of hours into Dwarf Fortress. Because it is one of those games where to really get it down, you're going to be spending some serious time with it and figuring out how to make it work. Evie says, your brother loves the Steam Deck. He needs a micro SD card, though. You only got him 256 GB LCD version. All right, that's fair. I think they're pretty good about letting you use those extra cards pretty painlessly, right? Alright. Building not connected to an active stockpile assigned to food. Oh yeah, I'm gonna assign that too. Yeah, it's definitely a very nice gift for sure. I just realized. Oh, geez, and it shuts down my whole game if I click off screen. Alright. There's monitor 2. All my crap was a mess. I'm gonna do it again. Alright. He's playing Resident Evil 4 remake on it. Oh, nice. He loves it. Nice. I'm happy to hear that. Alright, I'm just gonna clear all this. Just so you know, if you ever get this game, you get plenty of guidance. A lot of it comes in the form of these tutorials, which remain available to you. But...
Administrator, I have an incoming transmission from Marduk Council member Henry Bargeville.
Bonjour, Administrator. What a wonderful day to embrace our fate, don't you think? I'm Henri Bargeville, writer, philosopher, lobbyist, but most of all member of the Marduk Council. I have taken the liberty of personally arranging an exchange out of courtesy with the Oceanabe, a ship in high orbit belonging to one of our commercial allies, the Ashtongites. Even so, they are a small organization. The Ashtongites are important partners who share the same pragmatic, moralistic, and spiritual outlook as we do. The Oceanabe will provide us with a source of food while carrying out the Tycoon's initial testing. By making it the first exclusive trade partner of the Tycoon, we will demonstrate to our long-term allies that Dolos wishes for them to share in our successes. Please assign a cargo ship so that we can check the trade routines. Administrator, trust in genetic connectors. Self-similar space will reveal the pattern.
All right, so construct a cargo ship and a science ship. All right, first up, a cargo ship requires 20 of those things. All right, I think I need to start clearing some of this stuff out. Because these resources are helpful, but they are also in the way. So you cat played the hand last night, and you have some moderately deep scratches. Uh-oh. Yeah, I used to play with my cat. I just called it hand. Millie gets the cooler naming, the cooler activity name of Wolfmouth. With cat, it was just hand, and that's where I put the hand over the cat's head while it tried to scratch me. We both loved it, but I got messed up a few times from it. Okay. And now, oh, I need to build another one for that other resource. Which is the polymers, which I'm going to need to build spaceships. It was worth it. Nana's a happy cat. I'm happy to hear that. No, I had a couple cats that were really into that, and I would just like, I would hold my hand kind of like you would with a sock puppet, like just my fingers kind of pointing towards the cat, like it was a talking hand. And when the cat saw that posture, the cat knew it was on. It was time for a game of hand. The cat's ears would go back, and it would pull back a little bit, like a snake coiling up to strike, and then leap at my hand. Then we'd wrestle, and it was a great time. All right, we got another thing going on up here. What do they want? Some crew members are lacking quarters. During human history, unnecessary homelessness has always been an indicator of civilizational decay. Do not reproduce humanity's basic mistakes aboard the Tycoon. Okay, and I can choose: ensure all crew are quartered within 12 cycles, or there are more pressing resource needs. One of the things they mentioned in the tutorial is you'll be posed with these decisions, and sometimes what they're asking for, you'll have competing resource priorities, and you can't make all of them happen. So if you commit to something and it turns out you can't do it, you can't meet the commitment, it's worse than saying no in the first place. If you say yes and can't do it, it causes some serious problems. So far, it's not, it's not a problem. We're not facing that right now, but it could be. All right, so we've committed to everyone having quarters. Let's see, what do quarters look like? Population, crew quarters. They're 3 by 3. Trying to figure out good places for where crew quarters will fit. I think I'll build them up here, so I'm going to clear these out. Oh, and do I have enough resources to build? Oh, I need to claim those. I need this resource in my stockpile before I can build the ship. Got it. Crew quarters, we'll start here. What have we got? 85 people. It's 15 per, so I think I need to make 6 of these guys. I need to build roads. No, still waiting on cargo ship and science ship. This is not a compelling game. Well, I'm gonna give it, let it go for a little bit, because things happen. Things do happen in this game. But this may not be the magic game for this stream. I'm surprised. Honestly, I didn't think either one of them would have been... Yeah, I guess it's the lesser of evils for your situation, right? Alright, cargo ship first. Any other special things going on? Let's get things set up. Take on the rest of these resources. Oh, a little EASA. Yep, that's true. That would never fail to please. Do I play Medieval Dynasty on bitch mode? I can't remember what, like easy mode? Is that what you mean? It's been a long time since I played it, but I think I played it on whatever the default difficulty is. All right, I think we've got a ship made, and we're going to use it to pick up food from this supply ship. So we basically tell it what its priority is. Food is its top priority. It should just automatically start going back and forth and load and bringing the food back to our ship. Oh, like you turned off carry weight. It's been a minute since I played it, so I can't remember what settings I might have had. I don't think I changed anything like that, but it's possible that I did. It's not. I wouldn't put it past me to have done it. But yeah, I think it's been see, the last time I really got into the game was probably 2 years ago, and I got like serious into it for a couple weeks. Like I was staying up late playing it on breaks at at work, and I was like super into it. What else are they asking me to build? I've done the mess hall. I've done the science ship's already building. The crew things are already. Maybe they're just letting me know that there's more stuff I can build. Docking bay, tech lab. I don't have an immediate need for those things. That science ship is almost done. I can start sending that out for certain objectives. Connect the road to that last little bit there. All right, there goes the science ship. And these magnifying glasses are things that the science ship can go take a look at. So one of the objectives that now come up here, and it's not always a main objective, but this is sort of semi-tutorial, is resolve the moon event, which this is the moon event. It's waiting for a science ship. So there's our science ship. We're going to send it to the moon. And then when it gets there, it'll have, usually it's like a text sort of. You make decisions on what to do next.
The science ship has arrived at its destination.
New Year's resolution this year? I got some, I need to be healthier again this year. I've let that slide, and I've had some recent, some of these tests I've had done through the doctors have told me that I'm going down a scary road that I need to turn back from. So that's pretty much my New Year's resolution, is to stop eating like garbage and try to exercise again. And not buy another house. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of shit we got to get together this year. So it's basically, survive is sort of the number one. I feel like 2026 is going to be another challenging year, but just because now that we're in the house, we got a lot to deal with, and my job is still whatever, and my health is whatever. All the cool stuff you get to deal with when you become an advanced age like me. Back to the VR exercising. That is on my radar, because it's one of the things that we specifically set up, like my office space and workspace, is now I can actually close a door, because Millie freaks out if she sees me doing Beat Saber. So I had to lock myself in a little cramped room. It was really hard to do Beat Saber in, because I was always bumping into stuff. So I've got a good space for it now. I've just been, since I'm out of shape, it's sort of a downward spiral. You get out of shape, then you lose energy, and then my job is stressful. I get out of work, all I want to do is lay down. I don't want to get in my chair and not do anything. So you start building this sort of negative momentum of it's hard to start moving again. But yeah, being able to set up to get back into doing Beat Saber and other VR related exercise is once I got going on that, I really enjoyed that, and that was one of the reasons I was able to lose weight and get in shape a couple of years ago, is because that I did enjoy doing that so much. There are places to walk. I haven't explored them yet, but they're going to involve driving to certain places. So there's the neighborhood I can walk around in, but it's not like a super inspiring thing. And also, whatever. I was taking Millie around. It's complicated. There's a lot of baggage with that. She gets reactive, so I can't take her on walks around. But we're like 5 minutes away from some pretty major, like, nature recreational areas. Thing is, before I could literally walk from my front door to like these forest paths, and almost no places you'll ever live will have that available to you. But that's one thing. It made it a lot easier for me to get into walking because it was so easy to get to a place like that. You're feeling the negative momentum too? Yeah. Yeah, and just that general. Last year, I just feel like really, really wore me down. Last year was just a lot. There was just a lot. And in some sense, I think I've said it. I felt like I coasted into 2026 on fumes, like just barely crawled across the finish line. And I'm hoping this is going to be a year where I can kind of get back up again and just climb out of the hole. Because I'll tell you, a couple of years ago when I was more active and I had that, and it felt really nice to have energy, and also to not be like scared about my health. Like, oh no, I mean, there's this. Like right now, I'm like, if I don't change course, stuff that's going on with me is gonna, like, stuff that's been unearthed in some of the recent like medical testing I've had. It's basically like, yeah, if I don't change course, probably there's things that I've got going on that will end up killing me. Maybe not like in 6 months or anything, but like in a few years or something. Like I won't live to the normal life expectancy if I don't make some changes now. It's not a question anymore. It's but it's all like stuff where it's, if I just get control of it and don't let myself just be overwhelmed to the point of not doing anything, it's all like reversible and manageable. I just need to do it. And hello, Matus. Not changing course out here. All right. I think that some rural place called Sweet Home would be full of good places to walk. What a disappointment. Millie's not disappointed despite her antisocial tendencies. But we need to work on Millie because I really enjoy walking. She loves to go walking, and I enjoy walking. She's already got this reputation in our neighborhood, though, of being like the ill-behaved dog that I can't manage. And she acts like she wants to murder everybody, like loudly and violently, whenever anyone gets anywhere near us. So I had to basically stop taking her on walks. It's not bad, the area that I'm in, but like, it's just like walking sort of neighborhoods with no sidewalks type of thing, more or less. And just like in front of people's houses. It's not like particularly like, oh, this is a cool, awesome place to walk. But I mean, the community feels nice. It has like a country. There's like hills and trees around and stuff like that. But to actually go walk in hills and trees, I have to actually get into a car and drive to a place. Any good video games combined with exercise? Yes. I mean, I lost one of the big secrets to my weight loss was VR Beat Saber. And I've got it all modded with all sorts of custom songs and everything else. And that was a huge component of me losing weight. And part of it, I mean, the reason I stopped doing that in part, not in total, was because Millie freaked out when I did Beat Saber and I didn't have a good place to do Beat Saber anymore. So pick up duck hunting. All right, there we go. Something that would combine Millie's propensity for violence with my need to exercise. All right. Summary of intelligence on the abandoned base. The base is out of commission. Auxiliary, this is a moon base, an abandoned UN moon base. Auxiliary systems are operational and could be used to restore power. Transmission from the deuterium team. We have reached the UN base. It's abandoned and depressurized. The surveillance system is still operational, awaiting orders. So we can either exploit the security vulnerability, hacking into the surveillance system with the deuterium team, will access the base central system and retrieve any confidential data present, or dismantle the base. Well, why not both? We'll start with the getting the information, and then maybe later we can dismantle it for resources. Anya has a bit of a bad reputation, but she's only bad when your partner walks her. She's a beautiful angel, and well, that's nice. I mean, Millie is I don't know if she'd be different with Amanda, because Amanda's got like foot problems and stuff, and knee problems, so she doesn't do a lot of walking. So I've always been the one to walk Millie. So there possibly, if she just walked Millie, it might be different. I don't know. We just really don't know. DDR is great for exercise. We need a PSX and or PS2. Oh, Dance Dance Revolution. Okay. He's had Dance Dance Revolution a million years ago. I had it on the PS2, I think. Me and Millie could go hunt hippies. I guess that's an option. I'll put that on my list of things to think about real hard.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Okay. We hacked into the main computer systems as you ordered and retrieved several relevant research papers and data sets. Ready for extraction. 10 research. This is what you use to... you build a tech lab and you can research technologies. But it's not just like you have a constant flow of research currency coming in. There's a very slow trickle that will end up coming in. Most of it, you have to go and discover things, find ways to accumulate it and spend it. So it's not like an endless resource. Summary of intelligence. The base is out of commission. It's abandoned, depressurized. Surveillance system still operational. And we exploited the security. We hacked in. Okay, so this is sort of like the history of what's happened. Now we will dismantle the base and prepare useful resources for extraction. And there's much stuff going on. Okay, this is just notifications of the things that have happened that I'm already aware of. Science ship reaching thing. I hear Millie barking out there. I hope my wife is feeling like some puppy management right now. We usually do a good job of taking turns. You know, Millie's used to... We had a doggy door to the patio in our apartment, and she's used to coming and going. But the one didn't fit. Our door's too narrow for it to fit, but also because it's just... The patio was covered, so she could go in and out, and it wasn't a problem. But when she goes outside now, it's straight into mud. So she's out for 5 seconds. She's muddy. And her tendency is, like, when she has the freedom to come in and out, is to come in and out constantly. Like, she'll do it almost like pacing sometimes, where it's like, she's in, she's out, she's in, she's out. She constantly wants to be going, like, patrolling inside and outside. And so even if we had a doggy door, we could not allow her that free reign now, because we just simply, like, literally we have to let her in. We have a special thick rug that helps wipe her feet, and we've got to towel her down like during the wet season, which is 60% of the year in Oregon. We have to completely towel her down and clean her up every time she comes back in the door. So the coming and going of Millie inside and outside is sort of like it's like a major thing in this house. We spend a lot of the day letting her in and out, and then re-cleaning her when she's in, and trying to keep the mud she tracks in, trying to clean it. So it's a little extra bit of maintenance that we've been dealing with. All right, I'm gonna let this continue. I suppose I could start cleaning up more stuff here. This should be almost done. I've heard of Steam Frame. You want it when it releases something this year. I actually don't know that I have
The
heard of
science
Steam
ship
Frame.
team has completed a task.
Alright, now we're collecting the science. Just gonna let that finish happening and then I'll resolve the remaining event. Hire a nanny for Millie. That's where we used to take her to that doggy daycare quite often. We haven't found a new one to replace yet. Usually, and we're a little worried because that we got her involved in that one before she became a complete psycho. And so she got like, where she was okay, she considered them her inside team. We're a little afraid when we try to introduce her to a new place that she may be like trying to kill everyone. So, I don't know. Just something to worry about. Something on the radar to worry about. Steam Frame is a VR headset for Steam machines or even a Steam Deck. It's gonna be awesome. Oh right, yeah. I mean, I'm super duper wait and see on all that stuff. Because yeah, I mean, a Steam Deck is great, but that's cool if it's a VR headset that can go with the Steam Deck. That's actually kind of standout. That's kind of cool. All right, ready for extraction. And now they're collecting the science here. And it looks like there's more resources in here that I might be able to pick up with my... What's the other little... What are the boxes? Oh, that was it. It just represented there was stuff there to pick up. Okay, we got it. And this science ship is still collecting science on the moon. Now it says collect science on the moon and build a tech lab. So we'll come inside and build a tech lab. Let's see, where is tech lab? Oh, the tech lab is it's a big one. So I think this all through. I don't have a space big enough for the tech lab. Probably I do if I'm creative about it. There we go. And they're all on it. One thing I kind of like is there's a lot of, if you take the time, there's a lot of little details. So like you look at the apartment and you see them like, well, it's all three of the same dude, but the guy sitting on the balcony smoking, lots of little details. See the mess hall. There's a little people come in and eat. There's a guy sweeping. Yeah, I like those little details like that. You pick up any games from the winter sale? If yes, what did you get? Oh my goodness. Sure, announced whatever it is that I got last week. I didn't get too many things. Elin, I got, it wasn't even on sale, but that was one of, I got like 2 or 3 games. I picked up some expansions. So I got expansions for Battle Brothers, or there was one remaining expansion that I hadn't had. I got expansions for X4 Foundations. There are a couple small expansions for that I hadn't got. I think I'd basically have to look at my desktop, but I did not go on a big spending spree this year. Like I kept it super light because I already had too many games. There we go. Right, Matus is all about looking at the history. And that's what it was. The X4 Envoy pack, the Hyperion pack. and Battle Brothers Blazing Deserts, which did add a lot to the game. And then I played a crap ton of Battle Brothers. I'm trying to remember if there were other games that I picked up. There were no real big ones, but I know I picked up little things here and there like that. Void Wars, for example, that was one I streamed a few weeks ago. I think, was that part of the sale though? I can't remember. WrestleQuest. Okay, the science ship has completed all of its sciencing. I can send it to Mars to do some more sciencing. So we'll start our science ship on the long journey to Mars. And then we will come back inside and complete our tech lab, which is currently being worked on by a little, it's like those the little haulers that Ripley did in Aliens. Breath of Fire 4 and Yeast, is that what that series is called? I've seen those games forever, but every time I look at them I go, oh, it looks too actiony. Looks too actiony for me. You picked up Beyond Human. You haven't played much of anything yet. Okay. Detroit. Are you talking about Detroit Become Human? The one that Evie and I were playing a little bit for $3.99. Hard to pass that one up if you had any interest in it.
Administrator, I have an incoming transmission
All
from
right,
Gold's
transmission
head of
time.
medicine, Dr. Abhinav Munshi.
Greetings, Administrator. I'm Dr. Abhinav Munshi, Dolo's expert in compartmentalism and medicine, and a member of the Marduk Council. I'm glad to finally meet you, even in this digital manner. Your psychological test results were quite impressive. My friend and colleague, Philip Stanford, couldn't be here today, so I will take the role of introducing you to the final stages of the Vol engine integration. Before we get into that, however, we would like you to complete the testing station's exploration and enhancement capabilities. You'll then be able to begin researching the EVA airlock and assess its compatibility with the Tycoon's core systems. I hope that the work of our team will ensure that you're equipped to deal with most situations you encounter up there. Before I leave you, Stanford would like me to remind you that space is a far less fanciful and forgiving environment than science fiction would have us believe. It would be wise to remember that.
Alright. Mole Engine. You got Persona 3 Reload, Sims 3 University DLC, Mega Man Battle Network Collection 1 and 2, Make It, Choco Banana, Mega Aquarium, House Flipper, and the Dine Out DLC for House Flipper. We're cool! Nice. Sounds like you got some good stuff. And Nick, you tuned out during that stream because you bought. Yeah, definitely a super heavy. It is a very story heavy game. So the one thing you could sort of possibly get away with watching other people do it is because you can make different decisions and it can go differently. But I'm on the same page as you, Nick. If I was like serious about wanting to play that game, I wouldn't want to be watching someone else stream it. Like I would want to go into it not knowing what those decisions are going to be. You used this action A, but you didn't expect to enjoy it, but you had a great time with 8, so you're picking up the other ones. So I know it's a very popular series, and there are a lot of people who really like it, but it just never. Whenever I look at it, go, doesn't. All right, research EVA airlock technology. EVA airlock. Research. So now that we have the tech lab, we have access to the technology tree. So that's going. Technology and upgrades. This is just calling out that if you look at the tree, every single thing that you've already
A science
researched
ship has arrived at its destination.
has its own list of a bunch of things you can upgrade. So just for the cargo ship, there's 7 upgrades. Science ship, there are 10 possible upgrades. For the workshop, there's 3 upgrades. For stockpiles, you can, there's all sorts of lots and lots to research and upgrade when you have the resources. Research, okay, we're doing that. Science ship made it to Mars. Let's see what's going on there. Mars scan report. The UN has established a facility on Mars. Its crew are currently lacking materials required to repair a critical fault in their oxygen system. They have submitted an official request to Dolos for aid. Dolos is the company that is creating our entire space endeavor. It's like the SpaceX in this universe. So I have the option to repair the fault in exchange for resources. So some iron, repair the fault in exchange for research data. I think research data is more rare. Or refuse to help. Space is a hostile place. We do not go there without knowing the consequences. So it's basically like, your shit, whatever. You came into space. It didn't work out for you. You get whatever's coming to you. No, that's not how I roll. So I'm going to give them a little bit of this so I can get some research data in exchange. I need to assign my cargo ship to bring those goods over. So we're going to do that. Yes. And that is in transit. So now my science ship is standing by. And is my cargo hauler going? Resources in transit. Okay. The ship is on the way. I just didn't see that it was on the way, but I guess it's going. It's probably inside, like literally getting loaded up. Yeah, there it is. They're actually loading it up, and now the cargo ship's taking off. Got it. Green Hell was on decent sale. You picked that up too. Yeah, I don't know if that would be too much survival for your taste, because I know you like building, but you don't always like the survival part of things. I thoroughly enjoyed Green Hell. But it was pretty hardcore survival. It's one of those games I kind of want to revisit at some point, because I think they added a lot of stuff since the last time I played it. So that's going. So now that ship should be, yes, our cargo ship is now heading to Mars base to give them those resources. We are researching EVA airlock technology. Oh, and you can speed up time. So I think I will do that. In games like this, I have a tendency, if there's a slow time, I have a tendency to just sort of watch everything while I sort of think about what's coming next. Okay, now I need to build an EVA airlock. Let's see what that's going to entail. EVA airlock costs 90 resources. It's 12 energy. Oh, I don't have enough energy for it. So that gets built. Now you can turn off other buildings that you're not using, but I think I may need to do that. And since I'm not actively researching anything, probably the likely candidate is to turn off my research building. All right, well, let's see where I can build this thing. This is flipping huge. Actually, that looks like exactly where I should build it. You know, I'm going to build it against this corner here. And extend the roads. Uh-oh. Okay, no, I forgot this is blocked off. I don't want to do that. Here. Undo. I just was going to put it as far as I could in the corner because it's a huge honking thing. And it'd be least likely to interfere with my other building. But I can stick it right here. EVA airlock technology. What NASA developed in 1965. Yeah, I think the scale on this thing's a little bit bigger than what NASA developed, but yeah, essentially. This is to be able to accommodate like exterior building projects on the outside of the station. I believe is what the EVA module in this case is for. Which again, same sort of thing they do with like in the space shuttle. You do an EVA. It's usually like a guy going out with a wrench, banging a couple things on the side of the space station, going back in. Same premise, much larger scale. Okay, science team has completed its action. Oxygen supply has been repaired in relationship between Dolos and our competitor. Is the UN our competitor? Have improved by 42%. Ready for extraction, 10 resources. Okay. And our science ship is collecting that now. Oh, now there's an opportunity for them on Saturn. So once they're done collecting this, I will go ahead and send them to Saturn. This is going to wrap up pretty quickly. And then it'll be a nice long little journey for them to Saturn. And our other ship is returning to base. All right, and I think I can do all this stuff. I don't need to look at that. It looks better than my winter car game. Couldn't tell you. Could not tell you. Never heard of winter car game. All right. Maybe pick up some of these smaller resources. One problem is I don't have enough storage to pick all this stuff up. I end up using it all. Just have to make sure that I'm clearing it out in a way that makes room for the actual things that I need to use it to build. And oh, I probably need to turn this off. Active. There we go. Turn the power up on that. Oh, it's still being built. I was like, wait, what's the holdup? I didn't realize that the build meter was at the very start. So I think I'll speed up time a little bit. Because right now, I think we're just waiting. And then I think once the EVA airlock is built, I'm going to need to build some exterior solar panels. Solar panels. Okay, finish the Vol engine via the build panel in the external view. So now that this is done, I can come out to this view and use the build panel to build stuff out here. But and what they want me, what they want me to build is this, but I do feel like before I get too carried away, I do want to build at least one set of solar panels.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
And then we will queue up the finish implementing the Vol engine. So we have the EKP engine. This is travel within a planetary system. The Vol engine is what lets you basically do hyper jumps to other systems. It would be EVA 23? That's a good question. I mean, technically, you could name it that if you wanted to. It seems like an awful lot to go through. Hull repair will be temporarily paused during construction. Yeah, nothing, our hull is fine right now, so. I think when you travel around, like in system or when you do jumps, it does damage your hull. So that's a thing that you're constantly working to keep maintained. But all I've been doing is just sitting here, so I don't have to worry. At the moment, there's nothing to fix. And I do believe we reached Saturn. Saturn data summary. A signature trace from an EKP system has been detected. So it's another, like a jump engine activated here. EKP technology is the exclusive property of Dolos, but records indicated that the company has not deployed any missions to this sector. The signature will soon enter the atmosphere of Saturn. All right, well, let's see what the heck's going on with that. Are you really begging for Battle Brothers? What I would like to do is I just want to get past this initial phase, and then I think I will probably jump to Battle Brothers. I just want to get to, like, the next milestone in this game. And so we have our solar panels. We're working on the system that will allow us to jump. I want to get to the point where we actually test the system. We'll speed up a little. Yeah, hey, is Uranus even on the map? Yeah, there it is. I'm sure, I think I've got to develop probe technology before I can do that. Which, you know, we're in luck. Because that's one of the next things I'm going to study, or it's a probe launcher. Then I can thoroughly explore Uranus.
Has completed a task.
Prototype rocket sent by. Okay, but you could watch me play You could watch me play Dwarf Fortress and be cool with it. But this game is too, like, it requires too much. Is it because there's too much story going on? All right, we're gonna extract the data. And I think there's nothing else for the science team to explore for a moment, so we're gonna
Administrator, because of your continued successful management of the Tycoon, Dolos have authorized the dispatch of new crew members and food supplies. Please ensure that they have suitable accommodation once you reach Proxima Centauri.
And Nick got it about the probe. My subtle
request awaits your attention.
My subtle reference to probing Uranus. You get it? Okay. Administrator, food supplies are dwindling despite plane control protocols. Some crew members have become aware of this. They're worried the food will soon run out. I think because we're about to add. Well, it's a finite. We have a finite amount of food too. Making a public commitment to increase food production would squash any simmering rumors about your management skills. Pledge there will be 3 insect farms in the Tycoon within 10 cycles. Okay. So I will pledge to that. I'm going to pause. Insect farms are one of the homebrew ways of creating food. raises insects and converts them into food. So we're going to research that. You just understand Dwarf Fortress so you get what's going on. And it looks like nothing is going on here. Okay. You can understand this game and you have to play it yourself. I got you. So maybe I should then consider this not a good future streaming game. And is that my science ship just came back? My cargo ship. All right, so now I've got a timer to build these insect farms. And I think we'll speed up time for that. And bring the remaining workers on board. Let's do one thing at a time, because when those workers get on board, we're going to need both food production and more housing for them. So I want to wait till we've fulfilled this so I can start queuing up housing before we bring these guys. That's the remaining crew from this ship over here that I can pick up with my hauler. Oh God, no wonder. Oh my gosh, this is so dumb. I forgot I didn't have my tech lab activated, so I've lost half of this time. I was even on like I even had it on high speed, being like, all right, let's get this research done. And meanwhile, my tech lab was like shut down. Hopefully I can still get these things built within the time commitment that I set for myself. You're excited about the insect farms? I'm glad. Glad you have something that makes you happy. You'd probably be happy if I screw up and because of the misstep that I just did, end up and look at those little guys. Look how busy they are in there. They are researching their little buns off. Oh God, I don't think we're gonna make it. Okay, we did get the research done. Let's get those insect farms out. How big are they? It's too big to fit there. I think we can just go this. This. There, that fits. And we're gonna need a little bit of road here. All right. I feel like we're really cutting this close. I think we might make it, though. We can only build one at a time. All right, what do these guys want in here? Event available. Reports have been received related to optimization protocols aboard the Tycoon. They indicate the crew members are being overworked. Delos employment contracts make it clear that a high degree of flexibility is required. The situation is beginning to take its toll on morale. It would be pragmatic to deploy additional crew members or reduce the number of concurrently active workplaces. We're going to request additional staff. I think that means... Are we just going to get more staff? I think I've got to pick the people up from this station. Well, this timer is ticking down. And I have to finish construction of these 3 things before this hits 0. Or I've fucked up. That's something I'm gonna find out in the next minute or so. I mean, it's not gonna fuck up like the whole game. I don't mean I'm gonna find out if I just did something that's gonna make me lose, but it's gonna make me lose the specific objective that I agreed to set for myself. I think we're gonna make it. Oh no! Okay, hold on. Just realized we're out of resources. So let's grab those. I keep making mistakes. I didn't realize I drained the entire... All right. This should work. We're really doing this by the skin of our teeth, aren't we? All right. They got all the resources they need. I'm going to grab another one of these guys. And I think we're going to make it. All right.
Warning. A sector is being overworked.
Okay, shit. Now they're going to be pissed off. All right. We have ways of dealing with this. We just have to make this guy go pick up people. There's 120 people. He's going to go pick them up now. Let's not that there's other resources competing at the moment, but just in case something else pops up, we're picking up those crew. Our top priority. There he goes. Going to go get that crew. And that reminds me, I need to start building housing for them. Let's see. Boom, boom. Let's get that housing ready. One. Two. I think another. Having trouble doing the math right now. There are crew members starving? What the hell are you talking about? There should be nobody starving right now. We've got food available right here. Oh, it's maybe so we don't have enough manpower to produce the food? Well, we should. We've got a bunch of people now. So we're going to have a total of 180. So I think I do need to build out a total of 12 of these guys. So now everyone's going to have housing. Four crew members are starving. I don't know why, because we've got food. Nobody should be starving right now. I've got an incoming transmission.
Administrator, the different phases of preparation, calibration, and verification were successfully completed. You must now start the full bonding procedure. Dolos protocols now deem you competent to gather resources, knowledge, and test colonization routines once you reach Proxima Centauri. Before you do so, Vanir Dolos, Marduk Council founder and Dolos CEO, wants to talk to you.
Hello, Administrator. I'm glad to see that you have managed to complete your assignments in preparation for this unique moment in history. You must understand that this is not simply another chapter in humanity's story. The book of our life on Earth is over, and we stand now at its epilogue. It saddens me to think that there are many who have yet to comprehend the reality of our situation. We've endured endless cycles of war, crisis, and famine. Still, the worst is yet to come. There are others like Dolos who have prepared for this outcome, but most of our kind remain sheltered from the horror of the predicament we find ourselves in. This pale ghost of civilization will wither and die, and with it, the tenets and values of the past. As we prepare to leave this system for the first time, perhaps we must decide which fragments we will pick up and take forward with us. Through Dolos, I am offering mankind an alternative means of survival. The Tycoon is a tablet upon which we will carve our new history. Do you recognize why I have done all of this? Having foreseen our fate, I became fixated on altering it. I set about fashioning the ropes and tying the knots that would bind together this magnificent ship. It is true that our time in this world is brief, but at least I can rest assured knowing that my legacy will endure for eons. Farewell, Administrator. For the few who stand in the light and the many who dwell in the dark, you carry the fate of us all.
I think this dude's altruism is it's a little bit ego-driven, but, you know. All right, U.S. government should apply. Everyone will be housed. Well, if you live on my ship, as long as I have the resources, you got a place to live, Brad. So, you know. I can control the ship. I need to move to the orbit of the moon is the next thing. So we're getting ready to do the jump. Still a little nervous why people are considered starving. But... oh, the starving thing went away. Okay, that's good. 19 of the crew are lacking quarters? They shouldn't be. That's 15 each. Oh no, hold on. No, that's 45, 90, 180. Oh, I need more. Okay, I need 2 more. Whoops. My math was bad. I think I'll put any good places to put. I'll put a couple houses up here. And I should probably build an infirmary too. What does that cost to make? Actually, I gotta be careful because I'm running out of run out of resources. $40. Here, I'll put the infirmary here. Okay, a little gridlock never hurt anybody. I just don't like the idea that part of the infirmary doesn't have road access. It is talky for the genre, I agree. Well, you know, I don't know. You said you didn't like Frostpunk either, but Frostpunk had some talking going on. I think there might be more here because so far because they are setting up story, but it could be that there's story going all the way through the game. I know it's set up in chapters. It's meant to be a game that does have some focus on story and narrative, which personally I like, but may not make for the best. It may be a game that's best played in private for me after this. Oh, we can grab those resources too. Okay. So, we should be good on houses after this. I think I want to wait until this is done. All right. Now everyone's got food and shelter and clothing. I'm going to move the Tycoon to the moon. All power from the main grid will be diverted to the EKP system during the 0.7 cycle of Tycoon movement. Sectors will be powered by batteries during this time. I don't have any batteries, so we're just gonna have a power outage. Just it's the way things roll. So yeah, if I go inside now, it's all dark and nothing is working. Yay! I like being able to drive my city around. Okay, initiate the Vol jump via the button of the planetary menu. So we're doing it. This is what we built up for. Oh, it's still considered moving. Okay. All right, now we're ready for the Vol engine. Again, all power from the main grid will be diverted to the engine for the 0.5 cycle charge preceding ignition. Sectors will be powered by batteries during this time. Charging procedure cannot be interrupted or canceled. It's better when the city drives to you. Yeah, you can put it on autopilot. I'm sure we can develop the technology.
In accordance with Ralph Stanford procedures, all ships must return to the Tycoon before Volt jump initiation.
Is anyone not already with the Tycoon? I think we're already there. I think I already brought everyone back.
Full engine ready.
Commence jump.
The Earth, our home, she is unique. Held in its bosom are the ingredients of evolution. Beyond raw survival, beyond the safety of comfort, we, humanity, pursue something greater. We have learnt, persevered, shaped our knowledge from that which is found in the furthest realms of science. However, humanity has brought destruction to the earth, polluted its blood, choked its breath. Today we are paying the price for this. We know the taste of a dying world. But the earth is not to be our grave. A mother does not wish to see her children disappear with her. She wishes to see instead courage in her children, to carry on. Dolos carries this courage. We have gone further than any nation, moved faster than any corporation, hand in hand with those who, like us, carry that courage. The Tycoon Station is both an epilogue of these endeavors and a prologue to humanity's next steps. Our council of scientists leads the vanguard. They know, as do we all, that the survival of humanity now depends on what we glimpse out there in the dark. That we are masters of our own destiny. That we must go as a species bound together, pushing further into the unknown. We set sail on this new sea because there is hope to be found, horizons to explore, and because our very existence depends on it. I give you the stars. I give you the Vol engine.
Full jump complete. Running preliminary diagnostics.
Oopsie doodle.
Several anomalies detected. Multiple digital security breaches found within full jump routines. Full engine critically damaged. Hull integrity compromised. Analysis confirms discrepancies between the mission clock and the apparent advanced state of the solar system. We are receiving no communication signals from Earth. Likelihood of ongoing survival stands at approximately 7.67%. Activating Marduk survival protocols. New mission objective established. Ensure humanity's survival by finding a habitable exoplanet. Urgent issues requiring immediate attention. Increase food production output. Restore hull integrity.
All right.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
So, yeah. So we're still, we're still here, but it looks like maybe we jumped to the future. The Earth is dead, and the moon is still wrecked, just like we left it. But yeah, so I think this is the setup for the premise: Frostpunk in space. You're starting off in a bad situation.
The crew's trust in your leadership is falling.
Yeah, that's great. All right, just gonna call this one new main. I think this is the one I'm gonna pick up. I got about this far on my last playthrough, but I actually picked up extra resources this time that I overlooked the first time. The moon was just like that when we got here. I don't know who did that shit. But okay, I know Brad is dying for me to play some Battle Brothers and stop playing this game. Is everyone else agreeable to me? I think I've fulfilled the original poll at the time that this started was saying IXION. A bunch of people voted after the fact, and it became Battle Brothers. Okay. I actually really like this game, but as I was playing it, I started, and maybe it's just because Brad didn't like it so vocally, but I started to feel like the level of immersion that makes a game like this appealing to me is not something I'm getting when streaming it. So let's see. We did the save. I'll go ahead and take off. Don't play what you like. And definitely not Super Mega Baseball time. Well, you know what? Let me go check that polling though. See if that's changed. Nope, it's still now 11 votes with Battle Brothers just barely pulling into the lead. Yeah, I mean, for me, being playing a city builder at all is I've got to be in the right mood for, and definitely I am in the right mood for it. And just I really felt like playing a sci-fi game. Like the Altars is. I wish I could play another game like The Altars, to be honest. But this game is sort of the same kind of vibe. That kind of a sci-fi story unfolding in a, you know, kind of a cool way. At least I think it's cool. The polls never close. That's YouTube polls. Unless if you do a chat, I can shut it down. But if you do a chat, if you do a poll on your YouTube page, it's just there till you delete it. All right, so we're doing Hawk main. I have it set up so I can save scum if I want to. You went and voted for Battle Brothers. It was pretty close. Battle Brothers, it was there were 8 votes and it was 6-2. And then I started talking about the poll during the stream, and I got 3 more votes, and then somebody switched their vote from IXION to Battle Brothers, so then suddenly Battle Brothers had 6 and IXION had 5. But yeah, now it's definitely 58% for Battle Brothers and 42% for IXION. So there we go. I do like space games. Like I said, I kind of wanted to play X4. That's sort of what I keep looking at, like I have an itch to play. But if they're about to do a huge overhaul of it, that's such a huge game. I think I want to wait till they do the overhaul. Because probably whatever I start now, the save could even end up being like incompatible afterwards. All right. So one thing I didn't know about this game before, and I'm doing the standard start where you're a mercenary company, but there are all these different scenarios to start that I really wasn't aware of before. And like you can be like witch hunters, you can be like holy like paladins on a crusade kind of thing. There's all these different like setups that are different and that make the sort of objective of the game different, which I like. Oh, that's cool. There's a lot of replayability in this, but I'm doing the regular regular mercenaries situation. And this is civilization. I've been to all the cities. I'm developing relationships with some of them just by doing work for them. Then there's this is sort of the untamed wild. This like sort of the end game is when you get strong enough that you can afford to go into have enough resources and abilities and equipment that you can survive out here. So far, it's like been a little bit of a struggle just to not get everybody killed. But let me see. Did I have? Take a look at our roster right now. So this is our team. We have Avaricia the Red. She's been at the company for 54 days and 23 battles, 23 kills. Pretty good. Madros, the obvious Madros here lurking. He's been here since early on, 55 days, took part in 24 battles, 10 kills. Not everyone is Avaricia. Not everyone is Ava. Matus the Craven. I forget that I give him... He is Craven. Literally, one of his attributes, his qualities is that he's Craven. So that's how I gave him his nickname, Matus the Craven. And we got Umbra in here. He's only been with the company for 20 days. But he's killed 3 people so far, you know. It's like getting some noob kills in there. We have Jas Sedai, the Fearless. He's our standard bearer. The standard doubles as like a pole arm. It's pretty cool. And he literally has the Fearless trait. So, you know, I gave him the name. And there's Maxi the Axie. Mainly named Axie. There's one of the original. You start with 3 Battle Brothers. And one of them started with this axe. And so that became Maxi the Axie. This game stinks, and you're psyched to watch it. But I feel like you have a lot of confusion, Brad. And there's a CPG the Traveler. His background was a caravan hand, so I was like, okay. And there's Nick C. the Butcher. His background was a butcher, always a strange boy. Nick C. took to butchering, not only for profit, but for pleasure. The man's friendliness with Poacher caught up with him, ultimately leaving him on the... So everyone's got these cool little backstories. I didn't make those backstories. I just was naming people as people were joining the crew, but they all have these little backstories that are kind of cool. There's EV-23, the Smasher. And here we go with Alali, our back line, our archers. Alali Quickmind, because she's got a fear of beasts. How did she end up with Quickmind? I thought she had some sort of trait. She came with that nickname though. Like most of these guys don't come with nicknames. You have to give them nicknames later manually. But she came with that nickname, so I let it lie. Let's see, how many have you killed? You've taken part in 26 battles, and you have 13 kills. You were one of the original 3. So 13 is kind of like average. I'm not exactly sure how Ava has ended up with 23. Because you'd think the people on the flanks might end up getting more kills, but somehow... Yeah, like it's not like her stats are that much better than yours. But everyone else... Alright, well there's Nick C's got 19 kills. I don't know what's going on with you, Evie. Maybe you're just not very aggressive. I mean, Maxi's got 18 kills. Anyways, sorry, I don't mean to make you feel inadequate. You've been calling her the Smasher the whole time. So there is Pritchard the Dissatisfied. He's one of the original companions. And he's tough, he's brave. And he's in good spirits, which is not at all realistic. But, you know. Brad, are you in good spirits right now, would you say? Or are you just satisfied, as your name would suggest? And finally, there's Jeff Harbo, the Meat Shield. He was on the front line. And then he got... When you get, like, taken down in this game, you either die or end up with a permanent injury. Like... At the end of the battle, I think you don't always find out until the battle's over, and then it'll be like, oh, that person's dead. Or they have a permanent injury that will never heal. And Jeff went down early in his career as the designated team Meat Shield. But he got back up again, but now he has a weakened heart. His past injuries left his character with a weakened heart, severely lowering his constitution. It's permanent. There's negative 30% hit points. So when that happened, I'm like, okay, Jeff, we'll keep the nickname the Meat Shield. But, let me see. Does anyone else have any injuries to speak of? What is, PPGs? Insecure. I can't do it. This character could use a bit of more... I didn't notice that before. That he's insecure. You're a bit anxious for non-stream reasons, but you're mostly happy. Okay. Well, sorry about the anxiety for non-stream reasons. See, Maxi the Axie is a night owl. He's tough. Maybe no one else. Oh, Umbra the Ninja is clumsy. It's not injury. Oh, here. Matus the Craven has a maimed foot. So it takes more of his actions to move. So, nice job, Matus, with that maimed foot of yours. And, is that the only other major injury? Oh, you know what? I'll bet this is why Ava's got more kills. One of her traits is bloodthirsty. You ask a lot of questions? Nothing in your traits suggests that you do, although you do wield a big axe. Did Evie have a bad foot? I mean, she's a brute, not one for delicate attacks. But there's nothing wrong with her foot. In real life, she had some foot problems, but this is in the game. Here, the only person with foot problems is Matus. Alright, so we had already pre-negotiated this contract. Oh yeah, so I don't need to add more to my roster right now, but this is where you go town to town. There's sort of a revolving cast of people you could possibly hire. Right now, I've got an overall... This is not exactly a story, but there are objectives that you can set for yourself to gain, like, prestige points. And I've done a bunch of them. This one, getting the 3 pieces of armor with 230 plus durability, is going to be pretty expensive. This 150, 150, 95, 115. Like, this armor doesn't even sell anything with that much durability. Oh yeah, this one, the scale armor, is 240. That would qualify. But it's like more than twice the amount of money that I have. So this is a long-term thing that I'm doing right here. I would, yeah, I was thinking about whether I should change it. You know what, I will. But I think when all is said and done, I'm going to have to change it back because if people coming into this later, it's going to seem like an IXION stream. Because that's what happens for the first 2.5 hours. But, yeah, I'll change it. Let me see. That's a good idea. Because right now, if people see me live, they're going to go, oh shit, IXION, my favorite game. I'm so excited. Nobody ever streams IXION. And then they'll get in here and be like, this person is a liar. A big, stupid liar. And then later, after stream, I'll have, for the VOD, I'll have to explain. I'll have to explain everything. Do I have a... I do have a Battle Brothers picture. I don't have, like, a special Lawyer Plays Live version on it, I don't think. Let me see. Battle Brothers... There, at least my stream will say Battle Brothers now. I don't have a picture of Battle Brothers. Alright, that was a good call out, Jeff. That's probably a good idea. So this is now officially a Battle Brothers stream. So this is a contract that I previously negotiated. And at this point, I just need to accept it or back out of it. And, this could be a tough one. Okay, when you're hunting monsters, it's always kind of a wild card. Hunt down unholds around wolf hate. All right, we'll go and do it. And I think we're just gonna start. Looking around. Unhold has left a giant mess in its wake. Stomped livestock. Others broke apart and slurped like honeysuckles. Chickens mill about, pecking the ground. A farmer keeping watch of them. He nods. Just missed the show. Looks like you're getting close. It can't be far. Oh shit, there they are. I wonder if I can catch them in open ground. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I don't like this kind of terrain. Alright, we're gonna wait for them to get a little closer. We want to... Alright, we'll leave it like this. I think these things are pretty... I think they're pretty tough. I'm gonna wait for them. All right, and the archers are gonna start doing a little bit. 43 for this hit, or 59, but I can do 2 if I do this one. Hit and a miss. 19%. That's not very good. Let's try the aimed shot. Worth it. Miss. And Pritchard the Dissatisfied has an 80% chance to hit. All right. It's not doing a ton of damage, but there you go. And reload. There are the airstrikes. All right. Now we're going to hold off. Postpone our actions till they come to us. Okay. Oh, Maxie the Axie is immediately stunned. Jeff, the meat shield, gets a hit. Miss. 95%. Reload. Crap, I guess we're... Did I send him down here? No, we want to hold the line. This guy I might send up. If it's just a step, I'll send him up. This is a CPG. Kind of one of our noobs, but... Strike down. I don't think we're in a position to strike anything down right now. Nice, we got a hit. Okay, he's going to wait up here. He will take a step down. I guess we'll move up a little bit. And we'll create the line here with these guys. Oh, and CPG the Traveler is dazed. All right, let's see what we can get away. 37%. We're gonna hit try twice. 1 hit, 2 hits, and Alali miss. Hit on the second one, and Brad. All right, our archers are putting some damage in these guys. Oh, I forgot to have him reload. Anyways, that's fine. Can they move up here? Jeff is stunned. He can switch places with Jeff. Oh, I guess he can't from this position. Maybe because Jeff is stunned. All right, he can't do a switch with someone who's stunned. Can I get her? Can I come around to here? All right, now he can't. He doesn't have stamina to do anything else. All right, let's go, Joss. Oh, nice miss. Chris Pummel's great. Let's see, we'll do in here. Just move the line forward just a little. Maxi Deaxi. Ooh, this thing's hurting. I think we're gonna have these guys continue to hold because. All right, Umbra the Ninja. It's 2 strikes. He might take it out. Oh, so close. Oh my God. Oh my God. They are messing shit up. Okay. Wow. Okay, CPG is like no longer battle ready. Just based on that one turn. There's 2. Can he get there? He doesn't have enough to do a hit next turn. All right. And nobody's got enough movement after any of this to actually attack these guys. Can we at least take this one guy? Where's the one that's almost dead? This one. Did he regenerate health too? Okay. CPG is down to like... He's screwed up real bad, so we're just gonna move him back. Just a game with no artistic vision. I do believe I'm having echoes of the last time I played this, where it was really all about like a lot of criticism about the art style. That's all I remember is people bitching about the art style. Might have been you, Brad. All right, let's see. Can we finish this guy off? Nope. Get up to here. He can still get a hit. How did your foot get hurt? You got, I mean, that would have happened where you got basically taken down in battle, but instead of being dead at the end of the battle, you had a crushing injury. I don't know if there was a particular, like, the killing blow is when that was determined, like what the injury was, or if it's just something that was randomly later. All right. Can get it. Ah. 35. All right, we're gonna try 2 shots. 1 miss. 2 miss. Okay, the RNG is not my friend today. We finish this guy off. Please, Madros, do it. 1 hit. 1 more hit, brother. Oh, thank God. The music is too loud. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so this guy is hurting. I think I'm gonna move him closer, but he's not gonna be able to hit, so I'm gonna stop him there. Okay, okay. All right, good. This thing acted and he didn't throw 8 people around and take half of their health like the This guy came in here and just fucked half the team up in one move. All right. So let's start hitting this guy. God damn. Oh my god, dude. Oh, now he still can't even attack. All right. Fuck. %. Game I would love to have some Taco Bell right now. I agree with that. All right. 27%, 40. That's enough of an increase. I'm just going to do the 1. Oh my god! Jeff's like, I think one of the monsters had a bow and arrow. Sorry, Nick. Whoops. All right, this could go badly. Oh god! Oh, I could have already attacked him. Oh well. I thought I had to come up a level. And I could have hit him twice too if I'd been thinking about it. Shit. All of these little bad decisions are gonna lead to people being dead soon. And 2 swings and misses. All right, can Maxie get back up there and get a hit in? Maxie the Axie? All right, thank God for small favors. Can you get down there and get a hit in there? And now he's got to move closer if he wants to avoid hitting people on the way in. There we go. All right, come on, start hitting. Start hitting. Good job. Matus, please hit. You only get 1 swing per turn. Good. Oh, what are we... Ooh. Okay. 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 There's some people hurting now. All right. Well, CPG is definitely out of the fight. $13. All right, let's give it a shot. Nope. All right. Thanks for playing, Jeff. Pritchard. You even have it 67%. He could hit that. Nice. And he doesn't have it. All right, we're gonna have. Oh my God! Why do I keep doing this? I keep thinking I have to move him. Shit. This is one of those battles where I'm playing so poorly that I'd be very tempted to save scum. Because instead of having 2 chances to hit, I'm like, oh, I have to move him here, but I didn't. So the attack of opportunity completely shut down his entire turn. Those are the kind of missed decisions that make you die. All right, and thank you, Alali, for that. I guess Maxie's got enough going on. Can I get Maxie over here? I don't want to move him in battle range unless he can actually swing in the same turn. All right. This guy I can move up. Madros, hit. Please, Madros, hit! All right. Thank God for small favors. Brad's like, go monsters! And EV23 is pretty jacked up, but we'll move her up here. Wait, is somebody down? Oh, that's the No, one of our people are down. I didn't even notice. Who's down under there? All right, I'm gonna have to take a look at that later. Someone's down. I didn't even notice who it was. Oh no, that's... Matus is hurt really bad. I should be very careful with Matus. All right. That's good, Ava. Get in there and don't hit anything. That's how we're... Oh, and they're regenerating. Oh, I hate these guys. Oh, my God. I'm sure you're enjoying the way that I'm playing right now. Okay, CBG just can't get involved. Oh, wow, a miracle. Yeah, he's not gonna hit. All right, Umbra. You name a character after Geolon Darkest Dungeon. He never died. Oh, nice. All right, let's move up and see if we can get. Oh my God! Oh my God, dude! Matus is gonna die. Evie's got a little more health than Matus. We're gonna swap out, and at least he's got a shield. All right, and a swing and a miss from Evie 23. No wonder, Evie, your kill count's so low with bad swings like that. All right, move up. Oh, Evie blocking the hit. Okay. Oh, you piece of shit. Who's that? Alali's down. Maxie's breaking. Ava is breaking. Whoa. Just a routine contract completely fucking up the team. Can we... Good, that's how we're gonna win this, right? Alright, can we do a little rally call here? Oh, I think Joss is one of the people that died. If we die, can you talk in chat? Sure, why not? We just really need to take... No. Oh my God. Oh my God! This is the worst battle I've ever... Obviously, it's the worst. This is the worst battle I've ever had. I've been playing this, save probably like 20 or 30 hours. This is literally the worst battle I've ever had. All right, let's see if Madros can do it. 2 misses. Great job, Madros. Good work. And this guy's at full health. Is there even a point bringing Evie in there? No, why not? Oh, she can't even hit. She's out of energy. All right, great. This is great. All right, might as well bring CPG back in here. If dying is the order of the day, he's going to be good at doing that. We start bringing dogs in. Here, we'll unleash this war dog. A few people have dogs. The problem is that usually they get in the way. But at this point... might as well. Yeah, get on up there, CPG. Let's see. Get back up there, Maxie. And Brad, can you take this guy out? No, he's regenerated enough health that you probably can't do it in a single shot. He's super close. You can barely see his health. Oh, doesn't have enough energy to follow through with a hit. This is almost pointless. This one's at full health, and the only person that has... Evie had energy for one swing. Madros. Swing and miss. 2 swings and misses. There we go. This is how you lose a battle. There. Oh, yeah. All right. Hey, now that you're done being scared and almost dead, come back to the battle. Oh my god, the dogs might actually win it for us. Okay, Jeff's turn, but Jeff is like... Oh, he's out of arrows. All right. I think we got a pole. We have a pitchfork for him. Can we hit? Oh, it doesn't matter because he's out of energy. All right. CPG is back in the fight, baby. Right there to swing and not hit. You can get 2 in there. Umbra can get a hit. Just 1 hit is all we need. All right, he can switch. He's got a pole arm. And he can actually do his... All right. Richard, out of ammo, whips out his pole arm. Oh, all right. We may win this, maybe win this now, but we will have lost 70% of our company. And we're on the path to losing more. All right. Okay. And this guy's still basically at full health. All right, CPG moving in for the kill. Actually, no, if he takes a step closer, he's not going to be able to hit. So we're just going to move him here, position him to move in next turn. Umbra could still get 1 swing in. Get Brad up here. He can still... The pole arm gives him 2 an extension. Brad may be the one that wins this thing. He's always whipping out his pole arm. All right, let's get Maxie in there. Evie? Hit. You hit. Okay. All right, Ava, get up there. Okay. Okay, Evie's down. Umbra is... Oh, you and your brother both went down at the same time. All right. Jeff gets a hit. Pritchard misses. The only person that's been doing any good damage this battle. Maxie, this may be his last action before his inevitable demise. All right, let's move Ava up. Oh, now it's regenerating. Wow, did we get... Oh, bye. Bye, CPG. Bye, Madros the Optimist. Brad, can you still rally people right now? I think it's more important for him to strike. Oh, maybe I should have had him try to rally. And here comes Maxie, miraculously not dead yet. Miss. Great. Great, guys. Keep up the good work. All these misses have really contributed to the overall situation that we're in right now. All right. There's Ava down. All right, looks like it's time for Majors to get back into the fight. Does he have... You know what? Drop your shield, dude. Maybe that's the secret, is all these guys need to attack with pole arms. Alright, next time I go in, if I fight these guys again, everyone's getting their pole arms out. Because standing next to these guys and fighting them is just an invitation for them to dramatically throw you. Dramatically throw you to the ground. Okay, we're gonna take a step forward. And a step back. Miss, of course. Oh, he's standing right next to this guy. Oh, well. Yeah, good old miss. There we go. That's great. And Maxie's down. Brad, miss. Madros, miss. Jeff, miss. All right, monster's turn. Back up to full health again. The enemy retreats. Oh, that's great. No, we're not running shit down. It says those few still alive scatter away in all directions. Will you hunt them down to claim their heads and possessions, or declare the battle won? This is a very optimistic appraisal to call this battle won. Honestly, this is such a wipe. I don't want to be a bitch about it, but I don't think I can continue to save. Because the game gets progressively harder over time. I could lose a couple people, but I can't lose like everybody like this. He ran, which means I win. What I was hoping for were more people that at least just had crippling injuries. Let's see. Now, CPG does have a crushed windpipe, but that will heal. Alali has a fractured hand. And now a weakened heart. That's new. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dead. And 1 person maimed. Hey, look at this, though. Jeff came out of this battle without a scratch on him. Good job, Jeff. That's not... Hey, well, look at all the loot. I mean, the loot is all of our dead bodies. It's all of our own people who are dead. That was rated as a 2-star mission. I don't think that's accurate. So, I know this is going to seem like a bitch move, but I literally cannot continue this save with, like, most of my team wiped out like that. That'd basically be what I would consider a lose state, because I don't think I could recover from that with the increasingly difficult world. So, I know it seems this could be a bitch move, but I think we're just not gonna take that mission. Let's see. I think I'm gonna come back up here. Yeah, I can't roll with a move like that. Because they're rated in like skulls. 1 skull, 2 skull, 3 skull. And I've been doing all 2 skull missions. And some of them are definitely harder than others. But that one was like... Especially when you first see it, and there's only 3 of those things. It's kind of like, oh, I think it's not going to be so bad. Probably if I figured out how to fight them better. So here, just a 1-star. I think this is like a deluxe contract. I recently got enough renown that lords have started issuing contracts. So this is one of those that wouldn't have been available before. Let's see. First off, let's see what our spirits are like. Okay, spirits are good. Killing greenskins again, heal sing. Okay, here's the thing. This is super far away. So I need to think. I'm gonna think about that. That's super far away. And I think it's because when you're getting from these castles, it's like for their whole domain, like the whole faction. And this particular faction is spread out across, like in a single file line across the entire map. And that's the second time I picked up a job here, and they're like, go fight stuff over here. That's where I'm thinking maybe I'll come up here. Wait, do they have a castle? Well, yeah, their castle is here, but all their cities are like right here. Even though this is a pretty badass city. The 2 stars rated for how many stars you'll see when the troll clobbers you. There you go. Yeah, that was brutal. Because I'm actually at a point in this game where, I mean, deaths have been relatively rare. In fact, let me see. Oh, I can't see the death count here. I only have 2 deaths. There's Kink the Odd. He was disemboweled by a brigand raider. And there was Nut. I liked that guy came with the name Nut, and I liked it enough that I didn't change him to anybody. He was just Nut. I think he was like a really like messed up dude too. I was like, all right, we'll keep Nut. And then Nut died like in his first battle, it seemed. Oh, he was in 6. I mean, still relatively new. He was doing that. He wasn't doing too bad. Anyways, I think he got killed in the same battle as Kink did. So, Kink, if you're lurking, I'm sorry, man. Because I know sometimes Kink lurks. All right, so they've got... Let's see. Baron Helmar von Horns rolling up a scroll as he explains his predicament. A dispute amongst the nobility has me short on good fighting men. Unfortunately, a band of greenskins have chosen this exact moment to come into these parts. They're camping west of Fenberg. I can't get the house in order while simultaneously being raided by these damn things. So I'm mighty hopeful that this interests you, mercenary. I'll negotiate the contract, but before I finalize it, I want to see where Fenberg is. Alright, trust you'll pay amply for this? He says, I'm tight on crowns. He opens the palm of his hands. I'm tight on crowns, so before you ask, this is all I have right now. It's 1580 crowns when the contract is done. Alright, just so happens that you can build up a retinue of special non-combatants. And so I'll have like a cook and a negotiator. And what the negotiator lets me do is ask for more and have a couple of chances to push for more money. Sometimes when they tell you that's all they have, that's it. But a lot of times if you squeeze them, they'll give you a little more. If you ask too many times, they'll basically tell you F off, you'll lose reputation, and you won't have the option to take the job. But I think I can usually get away with like asking 3 times so far. That's been like a magic number, at least twice. So it's 1580, I asked for more. 1630, asked for more. 1630. What have I asked for? One more. So, okay, I'm sure you'll understand. You'll get 1750 crowns when the contract is done. Yes, I'm going to take that. Okay. Destroy Cavern of the Boar, west of Fenberg. Okay, we're going to say I want time to think just because I want to know where Fenberg is. I was like, is it going to be the farthest city? But at least not. It's not the farthest. The second farthest. All right, we'll take it. We'll take that. We'll finalize that. And you can only accept one contract at a time. So that's why it's kind of like finalizing it's kind of like a big deal. It's not like a game where you can accumulate a whole bunch of quests or anything. You got to choose like which one do you want to take, and then you can't take any more until you either fail it or finish it. And I think, let's see, food. We got 9 days of food. We're good. We got good supplies. What do they got here? So Fletcher. No, I think we're good. Oh, this thing's like way out here. Okay. All right, we'll hit both of these towns on the way just to see if there's anything cool that we need. In fact, I don't think we're not going to buy armor or weapons right now. We don't have a ton of operating money. But we'll stop at this keep on the way so we can at least, if we need to, stock up on food. But yeah, this is actually a game that I've been playing. I picked up this hard mouse pad. It's like a 10 by 12 inch hard mouse pad that I can set on my armchair and play, especially games like, oh, what is this? What is this guy? Alps? Oh, he's there already fighting. This is the local garrison. Now they're gonna be fine. Besides, they're not paying me. They're not paying me to fight those guys. Okay, we still got 7 days of food. They do have a lot in this town. Weaponsmith, armorer. There's a tavern. Let's see what our spirits are. Yeah, there's a lot of people looking a little neutral. Why don't we have a round of drinks? Hey, look. Pritchard the Dissatisfied gets eager. This goes to show what a few good drinks will do for you. Umber the Ninja's in good spirit. Ava the Red gets eager. Nixie the Butcher's in good spirit. Okay, so like, not everybody's beaming, smiling ear to ear, but I've learned from experience that if you try to do 2 rounds of drink, certain members of your company will become drunk and they'll stay drunk long enough to be a problem for the mission you're on. So 1 round of drink is good. Unless someone was really willing to, like, at the point where they're going to rebel, maybe you think about doing more. Wait, who has dogs? It used to be the archers, but then Brad got promoted to sergeant, so he has to wear this sergeant sash. Alalee, I wish you could rename the dogs, but you can't. Alalee has a dog, and Jeff has a dog. We had a 3rd dog, but it might have got killed. Should I get a dog? We'll get the Stormtail the War Dog. Hey, it's a good it's a good price. We'll get one dog. Let's see. We'll give the dog to Joss. Or I don't know. Nick, do you want a dog? Evie, do you want a dog? Maybe I'll reward the dog to someone. I wish you could rename the dogs, but there's no... You can rename all the people all day, but there's no option to rename the dogs. Matus, you want a dog? First person in here to say they want a dog, I'm giving a dog. Otherwise, I'm giving it to a Joss. We'll have Joss hold on to it for now. Our standard bearer with his faithful dog. Did you let Evie have the dog? All right. A dog has been conveyed to EV-23. Her faithful dog, Stormtail. I'm never... Well, I'm never gonna... Actually, that's not that bad. So I guess we do have... I picked this up after a battle, and the fatigue... The fatigue thing was such a big deal that I was like, oh, that's unusable. That's probably ruined armor. But I think what I've realized is that all the armor that is that high in armor value has a big fatigue hit. I'm gonna have to compare. And I think I have certain people that have perks that I've given them. There are perks that let you wear armor and have less penalties. Which is it? Brawny? Here it is. Fatigue and initiative penalty from wearing armor is reduced by 30%. See, right now he has -8. We'll wait. You'll take the third one? Do you want to... I mean, Brad... You want to stop being the sergeant? Because your sergeant sash takes up the same slot that a dog goes into. That's why you did have a dog. You're one of the first persons that I gave a dog to. Because I'm like, you're one of the people that actually has a dog in real life. So I'm like, Brad, definitely. And then I gave one to Jeff next. Because Jeff's always asking about Millie. I even had it was like a black dog that looked kind of like Millie, and I gave it to Jeff. Obviously, the dog's not around anymore, but you know, still. Although, you know what? We could, here, we'll do this. We'll give Jeff the black dog so he can pretend it's Millie, since he likes Millie, and then we'll give Evie the white dog. Now that we've done a bunch of stuff, let's save. And let's go. Actually, we'll go right up next to it. Just in case it's nighttime when we get there. I don't want to initiate an attack at night. I don't like fighting at night if I can avoid it. Let me see, what could I do? We could make Ava the sergeant. We'll wait till we get another dog. Because basically what I want is whoever's a sergeant is going to be here. Because they can sort of have the greatest effect. I think our sergeant affects morale. And I've had you there, well, partially because you have the crossbow, and the crossbow is the hardest hitting thing, and you're really good with it. And this is sort of the best spot for you to be in. But we can make adjustments if a dog is that important to you. Give someone else a sergeant sash, put them in the center. And, you know, sometimes it's worth making the team a little less battle effective in order for imaginary factors that will bring happiness. I wish dogs, that would be cool if a person having a dog, it was like, hey, your status is like lower blood pressure and more positive attitude, longer lifespan. I don't think we're gonna fight these brigands. Like, a lot of times, well, if we look like easy pickings, they might attack us, but they're looking at us going, Alright, I think we can... Nope. Let's wait until tomorrow morning. And it is done. Nope. Okay, now we've gone all the trouble to make it be morning. Alright, many orc young and orc war. Orcs are kind of badass. How's this going? 28%, or he can do 2 shots at 28%, or 1 shot at 44. Let's do the 1 shot at 44. Why waste arrows? And it's just gonna hit the shield anyway. Okay. Jeff, not in a good space right now to shoot anyone. We'll have him wait. Brad, that's a decent shot. Hey, that's a good hit. Probably keeping Brad in the center. And I think everyone else, we're just gonna have them wait until next turn. We may have him put his shield up, just in case. You put your shield up. And this way. And let's see if Jeff's got better shots. 34, that's good. 24, 34. Let's try 2 shots at 34%. Miss. Did a little hit on the guy's armor. I think we're just gonna wait now for these guys to move in. Ooh, okay. Was that just psychological damage so far? Alright, just wait. Steady! 56%. 2 misses. Hallelujah. Jeesh. Alright. Joss. And just hits the shield. Steady! And Maxie, we're just gonna have him wait. More of these guys are gonna move up. I don't want everyone to start breaking the line. Could be worth having him take a step forward. Oh, nice! Oh, Ava, that was a harsh hit. Oh, ouch. CPG the Traveler. starting off rough. All right, Madros. Yes, finish that guy off. And we'll wait for next turn. And Umbra, go after this guy. 1, 2 hits. 1 out of 2 ain't bad. Fireball would be nice. There's a lot of mods for this game. I wonder if there are magic mods. Never looked into it. Haven't looked into modding this game yet. Okay, this looks like the guy we want to go for because he's already, his morale's already not great. Let me see, 40. We'll try 2 arrows at 34%. Miss. Got a little hit on there. Good. All right, Matus, crush. Oh, Matus took it down. Oh, no! What are you guys doing? You're exposing Jeff the Meat Shield to danger. Alright. Can you bust? This guy's got a shield. Okay, Maxie the Axie can attack this guy's shield. Shield split. Ooh, their shield is done. And let's have... Did I forget to reload Pritchard last time? 84, 65. All right, let's have... Now that the shield's busted, we'll have Pritchard go in with the crossbow. Boom. Nice. There shouldn't be magic mods antithetical to this game's goals. Well, what it would probably be is like an overhaul mod. There is magic in this game. There may even be classes that have a low level of magic, but the magic is like... It's a very low magic, low fantasy world in that respect. Most of the magic I've seen has been like I've fought undead, and they've had certain abilities. Alright, it's 38. Yeah, we'll try it. And that didn't do shit. Okay. Oh! That looked worse than it felt. Alright, Jeff needs to switch to his... There we go. And he can't get a hit in. But why don't we let a dog out? You have to sending out Millie. We're going to call her Millie. Go, Millie, go! Alright, we're going to move Madros down. Who let the dog out? And I think everyone needs to beat on this guy that got moved. And let's see, CPG does have the ability to smash a shield, so we're going to do that. We'll move this guy down, do a little flanking action. Oh my god, dude. CPG is in trouble. Okay, we're gonna have to see if we can find a way to get CPG out of there. So this guy does have a shield, so let's hit it. No more shield. Ooh, okay. Oh, CPG will not come back from that one. That's his head that just flew off. That is not an injury you'd be like, oh, recapitated? What do you do if you lose your head and when the battle's over, you somehow survived? 95. All right, let's see if we can take that guy down. All right, so CPG, I believe that is the end. I am sorry. I'm sorry to lose you. wounded. Go after this guy. Nice. And nice! Alali finished one off. And that was not impressive. And have him move down. And can we shield? No. Can go for it. He might be able to shrug it off. We'll see what happens when the battle ends. But when I see a head flying and rolling into the next space, it really makes me think that's not like the battle ends and they're like, he has a crushed toe. Let's get a limp from now on. It's like, no. Okay, oh, Joss is getting hit. Alright, who can we hit? Let's hit the gravely wounded guy. Where's this guy still got a shield? No. Alright. That guy's not getting up either. And all right. Take these guys out. You know what? I'm going to release a second dog instead of going for a second hit. Go, Anya! A.k.a. Stormtail. Where are you going, dog? The battle's over here. Is he going for the meat? Alright, I think we're gonna have him swap out for his pole arm so he can... Things are getting a little crowded. And so he'll be ready to fight with that. Oh, ouch, okay. Jeff is bleeding. Alright, reload. Start on that guy. And Major is just making his way down. Oh, this guy's almost gone. All right, Jeff. Ooh, he's engaged in melee. All right. I was going to see if I could have him cure his bleeding. I think he'll be able to survive his bleeding. Famous last words. Oh, no! Okay, maybe that was... You know what? Let's... Maybe... No, he won't be able to... I was like, maybe I can move him up to do some bandaging. Well, I do need to move him up in order to just fight. Ah, nice! Alright, this guy... Yeah, we're gonna wait so that he can... Does he can take out... No, I don't think he can attack shields. Never mind. It's like, this guy's shield is really being a problem for us. Next turn, we can move Maxie in to help with that shield. We can still sometimes get over the shield for damage, but... Alright. Gravely wounded. I can aim for the head. Has a 100% chance to hit the head? Oh, if it hits, though. 72%. Oh, why just a regular thing? Alright, you know what? Let's see if I can hit the head. Move around that shield. Oh. He only had enough energy for one hit. Oh, no! Jeff! Oh, I thought you were going to be able to get through that. Oh my god, dude. Alright, and then of course, like, Brad kills him half a second later. This guy still got a shield. Not anymore. Ever heard of the TTRPG Harnmaster? I don't think I had. Had hit locations, armor, shield, affected body parts. Okay. I don't think I've heard of that. I'm sad that we just lost Jeff. Well, who else did we lose? Oh, CPG. CPG was a relative noob, though. Jeff has been around for a long time. Of course, he was crippled. I mean, if you're gonna if you're gonna thin the herd a little bit, the guy with the crushed heart, you know, the realities are he may not have been long for this world anyways. He was 30% low on hit points because of that prior injury. Just. Ooh, we're getting close. There we go. I still had some hope that even though I saw heads rolling, that somehow we get to the end of the battle, it'll be like, oh no, Jeff has a crushed toe now. This shield thundering and heads flying reminded you of it. One lucky roll, you might strike the enemy in the face. I'm not sure to what extent it actually is modeling damage to certain body parts. I think it just could be like adheres. If they have a shield and you're using an ability that goes for the head, it can help bypass a shield, and then head blows are like tend to crit, that sort of thing. I'm sorry, Brad. I'm sorry I said it that way. I mean, the reality is, like, if you're going through, like, hiring people and you can tell one of them is, like, you know, you have 10 people to choose from and one of them, they're dirt cheap, but they're, like, maimed. It's not kind to have them come into battle with you. But, yeah, the fact of the matter is, if you have an injury where you lose 30% of your health, I don't know if that's me being ableist, but it's sort of me being just realistic. That's why I keep them on the back lines. Except these orcs apparently very pushy. They push right past, they broke the line and stepped in. You think I could, well, I think me putting him on the back line was my version of social services. If I'd kept him on the front line, he would have been gone a long time ago. So I feel like that was, you know, I made what I consider to be reasonable accommodations. Uh-oh, there's Millie. Okay. No, it's a bunch of strange meat. Just gonna get rid of that shit. I don't think I want our folks eating it. The orc camp is a wasteland filled with all manner of depravity. You can smell their sex and waste. Ew. It's no wonder they're so warlike, for they know not even the beginnings of what a civilized man understands. Oh, that sounds just racist. Time to collect our pay! Alright, we're gonna first come back to this town and sell all of our strange meat. I don't want our guys dipping into the strange meat. What? the battle over, you look around at the destruction it had wrought. Jeff Harbaugh, the meat shield, is on his back. He's alive? What? Oh, he's dead. Oh, never mind. Okay. Staring blankly at the skies with glazed eyes, other brothers litter the battlefield. They are ill-shaped, ragged, fractured, and fragmented, and soon fermented. Oh, that's not nice. It is the collectively cruel end, and now the flies are gathering, dotting the dead like skittering moles. They copulate on cold skin with shameless abandon, and set about burrowing the next brood into still warm gore. Umbra the ninja walks up and asks what it is you wish to do with the bodies. You know what? Let's honor the dead. We can afford to take some time for this. We got, plenty of food and supplies and all that other stuff. You did accommodate him until you said, well, he died, but what of it? All right. Well, Brad, I'm sorry that I made that statement, and that possibly that statement has bled over into your real-world opinion of me. I tend to get in the mindset of the game when it's like as soon as he got that injury, I almost considered you can dismiss people from your you go to a town, you can just dismiss them from your company, and I almost did that. But yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate, and maybe I'm just digging my hole deeper by saying a crippling injury that reduces your health by 30% means you can't be too shocked when the enemy breaks the line and that person ends up going. Alright, yeah, we had some crowns to spend. You nod toward the dead. Those were some fine men, and fine men get a fine burial. We'll honor them just as we should. A good hole to sleep in, crowns which they can spend in the next world, and a feast to celebrate. I'd expect the same done for me. The surviving men cheer and begin preparations. And of course, losing companions affects morale. Does it help that we did the celebration, Brad? And we threw 60 crowns into the dirt? Now we can finally lead them to find their final rest. I was hoping that somehow Jeff would just sit up and be like, "Eh, turns out was not nearly as bad as I thought." Pay the dead man, move on. Oh, I forgot. I don't have my my gamepad switched over to Battle Brothers. I was trying to speed up time, and I was like, why is my shortcut not working? Is it using the wrong control profile? All right, here we go. Oh, continue to town. All right, and yeah, it's unfortunate to say this. Wait, the town I'm going to is I was gonna say I need to start thinking about replacing someone as an archer, and then this might not be the best place to. But first off, let's sell that strange meat, because I don't want my guys messing with that. That's not cool. Orc weapons are not very practical. Not well suited for human hands. They have huge fatigue penalties. The head splitter, not made for human hands. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. Two-handed mace. Oh, I think that was CPGs. Alright, and then we'll get rid of these orc shields. Wait, the two-handed spike mace. Oh, he's using this one. Okay. I was like, wasn't somebody... I thought Matus was using the skulled spiked mace, but then I realized he got like an actual better mace. Alright, that's why. Jeff did give all. He gave his dog. Oh, wait, speaking of which. Let's see, we'll give... Here, Nick, you can have Millie for now. Oh, and there's some level ups to do. Okay, so Nick, you don't have a great aptitude for increasing your melee, but you do still make a good front linesman because you got a lot of health. So we'll do that. And you get a perk. What just opened up down here? Unlocks footwork, which allows you to leave a zone of control without triggering. That's a big deal. All right. This is the first time I think I've unlocked this tier. What else have we got? Underdog. If an attacker has the backstabbing perk, the effect of the perk is negated. Okay. Lone Wolf. He's better when there's no allies. I like to keep my lines, so now overwhelmed, take advantage of your high initiative. Do I have a particularly high initiative? Each hit with a two-handed melee weapon adds a stack of reach advantages. Oh, I gotta remember that for the people that I'm using as two-handers. No, I think I'm gonna give him footwork. As a frontliner, senior title will be the Butchered. You've been around. I'm trying to think, were you one of the original companions? Oh no, you were a butcher. Never mind. You've been around for a long time though. It says what? Oh, EB's from the very beginning. You've been here 64 days, so yeah. Oh, and I guess until we close up that gap, we should do that. Maxi the Axie. I think I like getting everybody with rotation. That's where you can swap with other people. And if someone had been able to swap with Jeff, he'd still be alive right now, but no one standing next to him had that ability available. Or at least not someone that could swap him to a place where he would be out of time. Okay, Maxi, we're gonna give him. Gonna up his melee attack and defense, and yeah, we'll give him some resolve. He was one of the people that ran away in that battle that didn't actually happen because the saves gun. Let's see, Alali. Yep, we're gonna up that. We're gonna up that. And let's give her some more resolve. And perks. She's already got the bow perk. Haunt, no. Rotation, shield expert. That footwork is just good enough. I might just give it to her. That way, if, like, one thing I couldn't do with Jeff is because once that orc was next to him and he was getting beat up, I couldn't just move him away. Because if I did, they would have gotten an attack of opportunity that might have killed him. So, yeah, I think this footwork is like kind of a, once it's unlocked for people, I might just start getting that for everybody. Let's see, we're gonna sell these guys, sell these guys. I think I've been saving a Morning Star. I think this was, some of this was Jeff's stuff. We'll hold on to some of this stuff. Oh, and food. Oh, this is a, I'm getting a good, I guess I picked up furs from the orcs, trade goods. And I'm able to sell them for a lot more than they're worth. All right, let's, that's nice. That's a nice bonus. And then sometimes giving them a variety of food also helps them. So let's see, what do we not have? Fish and maybe some mushrooms. And we have a cook, so food spoils, but with the cook, the food lasts longer. And they always, they're good about eating the stuff that's going to spoil first. There's some smartness going on in the system. Because there are games where that would, like, end the same situation, they would just eat the stuff in the totally fucked up order, and then all the, you know, they'd eat the freshest food, and then the food that was going to go bad first just sits there and goes bad. Alright, let's see if there's any affordable guys worth hiring over here. Grimwald, Militia. I want to look for... Well, we do need somebody for 1,600, though. That's a steep ask. I think we need to get our archer replacement first. How are we doing? There's a lot of unhappy-looking people, but I think it's... let's have Bruce. All right. I think it had been like at least a day or two, I think, since we had drinks, so I was a little worried someone's going to get drunk. Okay, let's get back to turn in our quest. And then it's after midnight. Anything. I'm going to need it to wrap up. You come to Baron Hilmar von Horn's room and find him looking at a drawing on a scroll. He stares at you, the lip of the paper folding backward. My daughter thinks herself an artist. Can you believe that? He shows you the scroll. It's a pretty well done drawing of a man who looks suspiciously like Baron Hilmar von Horn. The drawn figure is facing a hangman. Baron Hilmar von Horn laughs. Dumb girl. He crumples the scroll and tosses it aside. So this girl's daughter is drawing pictures of him getting executed and shit. So I bet they got a great relationship. Anyway, my spies have already told me of your successes. Here's the payment as we agreed. So they get 1750 crowns, and that town that they were affecting no longer has marauding greenskins, which was like a debuff on that whole town. So... Alright, let me see. I'm just going to check how reputations are going. So this is... You get reputation per settlement and for overall factions. So for this settlement, we have a reputation of open, which is, you know, it's a positive reputation. But for that faction, factions are bigger. So they're still Even though I've done tons of jobs for each faction, I think you have to do jobs for lords, which I just unlocked enough prestige to do jobs for lords. They're not even done battling. But you know, even a battle brother's got to rest sometimes, Brad. All right, let's do my double layer save. Main and secondary. Oh my god, I forgot I still had a Hi everybody! It was my unplanned for, let me see. I don't have a green screen up, so I should probably turn the green screen filter off. I forgot I had the cam turned on anything here. There we go. So, hi! It's me! Yeah, my unexpected webcam introduction for the evening. Dr. Nick. Is that a reference to somehow what I look like? Hi, Evie! Hold on, I need to clear my throat. Alright, so here's a nice little surprise. So now you can all see that, you know, well, I did a cam. One of my last streams is on cam. I was going to say, because you guys know that I'm still, like, here, and I don't look like I'm in super poor health, even though, you know, whatever. I'm not going to get into that, but, you know, here I am. Yay! Although I do look tired, and I need to sleep. So that's what I'm going to do. So I think IXION was not good for streaming, but did anyone like watching Battle Brothers? I kind of had fun streaming it. 5-star stream, even though I played 2 games that you didn't like, Brad. I mean, I know you voted for Battle Brothers, but you didn't like either one of them. Reference to The Simpsons. Oh, okay. He would appear with a hi, everybody. And people would respond as, oh, hi, Dr. Okay. I guess that might have just outed myself as a non-Simpsons watcher. I never really got it. I never actively disliked The Simpsons, but I never really got into it. You preferred watching Battle Brothers, Evie? Yeah, I think I look alive, definitely. Easier to get invested in a small group of people. We had 12 people on the battlefield. It's just that they're all familiar names, and any of them could, as you can see from that first battle, any and or all of them could go at any time, depending on how bad things go. Now you see why the Battle Brothers are legless torsos. Okay. Well, I'm going to wrap up because I also have to use the bathroom. And there's no point in me doing a break when it's after midnight and I have to use the restroom. And look at these sleepy eyes. So. You didn't like the games? Either one of them? Is it the graphics with Battle Brothers, Brad? It just seems like, I just feel like Battle Brothers would be like a kind of game that you would like to watch me play. Obviously, I'm wrong, but I often get a sense of like games I think you would like to watch on stream versus ones you wouldn't. And I always was like, it seems like Battle Brothers, it's brutal. A lot of times I feel like your shitty graphics just makes you like a game even better. But it was definitely way better than IXION. I was almost planning to just do Battle Brothers until I started playing IXION last night, and I was like totally into it. But yeah, I agree now that I've streamed it, and I'm like, yeah, I think IXION is a game just better played by myself. It's just not for me. I mean, certain people can, and the way certain people stream, it'd be fine, but like there are people that stream strategy games all the time, and they mostly just kind of, you know, ignore their chat most of the time and just play the game. And it's more, those are streams literally for people that are just interested in like watching that particular game. But for the kind of streams that I do, then I don't know if that was a good match. I had a long day at work. Oh my god, still one more day to get through tomorrow. I mean, I know you have a different schedule. Your weekend just ended, but mine is coming. If I can just make it through the end of tomorrow. This week. It's not the worst week ever, but it's been pretty long. It's just not the ideal form of its genre. Okay. All right. Here. This is what's going to happen now. I'm just going to do this. There we go. And, which one of these do I do? Oh, here we go. Go to sleep and good night. Your eyes are getting so heavy. Go to sleep now. EV23, Internet Celebrity Brad Pritchard, Nick C, Matus. Go to sleep. I'll be waiting for you in your dreams. I don't know who else is here. I'm sorry, CPG or Kink the Odd. Kink, if you're there, I'm sorry that your battle brother is dead. Good night, everyone.